give me. I guess that's it. Hey guys, we're about to get going. We're gonna start. You ready? Okay, here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to SEN Live. I am Kristian Harloff. This is our morning show here on the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. Joining me on the table, the two idiots, Kate Mulligan and Brett Sheridan. Twins.
We missed
twins.
You and I are twins.
That's what I'm
today.
saying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's not an idiot. He's one of the, oh, well, I can't say it. Yeah, I can say it. We already know. He's one of the managers of next season.
Oh, yeah.
This hasn't been a surprise for a while.
No, that's right.
Just don't say your name.
Just don't say your name. Winston Marshall is here. This makes me nervous because it was so fun last time that
this is the best.
A, can we top it? B, what the hell is going to happen?
No, you can't say can you top it because that's like when people were like, "Oh, you're a comedian, be funny."
That's right. Well, I'll start.
Do a joke.
I'm going to start right off the bat because there's something here that I love so much. But the first thing, welcome guys, welcome back. Big show here today. Make sure that
Ben Goddard running the
Can I do the show?
Well, I was like, you didn't mention Ben Goddard.
That's what she was about to. That's what he was.
Can I do the show? You think?
Could you approve the order of the show with me before you go on?
Before I go.
I was like, you got to give a shout out to Ben Goddard who's here sick.
It's going to be a good show today.
That's why she's the Katest mom ever, man. She's just looking out for her baby.
I'm looking out for
so
my
disrespectful
baby.
to her from time to time, but you know.
I know.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen, before I get to our engineer for the day, I wanted to also thank you for joining us here. We have a great show. We are going to be talking about this Marvel TV folding into Marvel Studios. What's that mean? Jack Black's going to retire. This SAG nominations came out, a whole bunch of stuff. And we talk to you. And the way that we do that, you go to STREAMLABS.com/the Schmoedown. Start putting those questions in there now. That and Super Chat. We'll turn the Schmoebot on in just a moment here. But engineering today, RB3 is out. David Michael Frank is out. So he's got the seat, ladies and gentlemen. He is recovering, but he is Ben Goddard. Hello, Ben. How you doing?
Surprise!
Bad. Is it on?
No.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
You
How about that now?
Good?
No.
I don't know.
Did you click it on the actual?
Yeah, it should be on, but I mean.
Hey.
Well, anyway, so he's doing okay.
He's doing a
Put it
bang-up
closer
job.
to your mouth.
Yeah.
I did the David Michael Frank.
No, so Kate, to answer your question, you will be doing the news today.
Yes.
But what I wanted to get, so Ben is engineering today, but the other day when Alex Marzonia was on, we talked about chips. The infamous time that he brought 1,000 bags of chips to Chicago, and we started calling them chips. And then when I was on Collider Live, they made a song. Jonas Gallegos made a song called Chips.
Okay.
Well, we don't have chips anymore, but we
Okay.
do have the Bagel Boy.
Bagels.
So Jonas sent me a message last night. He did the song, and it is called Bagel Boy, and it is the SEN Sessions. Here is Jonah Gallegos' Bagel Boy.
Nice.
That shit's weird.
No, that's not it.
Don't think so? Like,
I don't know what that is.
that shit's
Yeah.
weird.
Bagel
shit's
boys, everybody.
I didn't order
There we go.
any pizza.
Wasn't it? Where did it go? Oh, I got it. No, I got it. Here it goes. That was really
It was like
strange.
a commercial and something else.
Should get your face on this, Ben.
Yeah, get your face on this, buddy. Get your beautiful face.
flash a smile. Give a little wink.
I'm imagining the montage for this.
I pretend I'm Schmoebot, but I'm Gollum underneath. That bread ring's calling me with cream cheese and sesame seeds. Need some mine on mine. It's in my pocket in a blink of an eye. Don't let my good boy haircut fool ya. I'm a liar and a thief. You say you the shoes right off you. Mom and pop shops everywhere tremble when they see me there. It's Bagel Boy's my name. Stealing is my game.
Oh my god.
Fire.
Don't let my good boy haircut fool ya.
I'm a liar and a thief.
You say you know me well, but do ya?
I'll steal the shoes right off your feet.
Oh man, that's.
I'm in pop shops
I'm actually getting a little weepy.
everywhere.
He actually has
Why is your wallet
voice.
gone?
See me there. It's Bagel Boy's my name.
Stealing is my game.
Well, very well done,
That-
John.
Oh my
gosh, that was so good. That was crazy.
What?
I'm impressed.
Really,
really
I'm
good.
impressed.
That was John Mayer's jealous of that.
I
song
know.
right there.
It's really.
I mean, if
really
you
good.
put some touching
actually
lyrics to
beautiful.
that, that would actually. That's a very, very.
That was
Yeah.
Like,
if
I
you
mean,
really want to see Brett cry,
yeah.
Well, that's what-
If
that's
you
what-
wrote
kids
that about my
don't
kid.
need you anymore.
Oh, that's what Kate said. Kate was like, "It's because it's so, it's
More
so
beautiful,
sad
yeah.
and beautiful
The
that,
funnier
and
it
the
is.
funnier it is."
Yeah.
And it's so true. I
Yeah.
got that last night. I felt like it was early Christmas because I wasn't sure if Jonas still listened to this show, and he said, "No, I listen to SEN every day." He's like, "Absolutely." He's just busy. He's got family stuff going on, but he did that song. He put on the Bagel Boy song.
Who did that? What's his name?
Jonas Galagus.
Jonas. Shout out to Jonas. That was awesome.
He's really good.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of because I just randomly, my girlfriend apparently didn't remember Tenacious D. So like I played
for
"Fuck You
sure.
Gently."
Oh, yeah.
and
Man,
and
did she? Yeah. Did you forget that you were dating her?
no.
I guess we all have bad memories. 'Cause
Hey,
we're not together anymore.
hey.
Speaking of that song, that we used to play that every
your mic's
single
working.
day. Yeah, finally
Yeah.
got it working. It wasn't charged. We used to play that
there you
every
go.
single show before I was in theater.
Yeah.
And that was like our warm up.
That was your warm-up song?
One time we did it after the doors open, and our drama teacher came in. He's like, "I know this is your tradition. Everybody in the audience heard you guys screaming, 'Fuck her gently.'"
That's really funny, actually.
that's great.
So anyway, welcome back to the show. That was a good way to start. Thank you to Jonas. Thank you to you guys. Hey Ben, let's throw that Schmoebot on. Do you know how to do that with the sound and stuff?
I'm gonna
Let's
guess.
see, let's
Play the music.
Wait, did I get it?
There you go.
There she is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it.
All right, the Schmoebot is on.
Good to go.
The Schmoebot is on, ladies and gentlemen. So the way that works, if you're brand new to the show, you can interrupt the show. You go to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. This is also a way for you guys to dictate the conversation of the show. You can put whatever you want us to talk about. You can do it, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown or Super Chat. Either way, we're going to get to all your questions today. That's kind of what we do here. And then we're going to get into the actual topics because there's a ton of them. There's a lot of good things happening today. But how was you're not you're recovering, but your daughter was a little ill. So what do you do? You stay home? How do you quarantine yourself away from that shit, though? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm an excessive hand washer to begin with, so I rarely get sick. If my kids get sick, but I just don't pay any attention to them and leave them in a room. No, I mean she's doing all right. She had a rough night last night. and
No. Anyway, she's moving along real quick.
Right.
I just lock her in a cage.
Real
and
question: how old is she?
she's 9.
When? And this is a true, honest to God question. When can kids stay alone?
I think 13.
13.
Yeah.
Like legally, but I'm saying like, could you leave her for an hour at home by herself or no?
I
In
have
the car with the windows
Yeah,
rolled
yeah.
With the
up.
windows, yeah, up.
I
the way.
have left my son and my daughter alone to go to the grocery store.
Okay.
That's a new thing that we're testing out
Yeah.
because I mean, shit, when I was 9, I was
I
walking around.
babysat at
They-
10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8 hours left by
Yeah.
myself because
Yeah.
a lot of, mainly just because there would be even moments where my parents, just because they were working so much,
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, I have a meeting on XYZ floor. I'll be back in like 2 hours." 'Cause
Yeah.
I had to go to whatever. But I was like in the office by myself.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I love that you're wearing the doll face pin.
Hey man, I put it on at the spectacular and I never took it off.
I love it. So it's a great pin. A lot of people were wearing that too. For again, Emma McAllister, who we lost 2 weeks ago now, I think. Big fan of the show. Very
Two
supportive.
questions.
there you
First, do you think we will see the firehouse in the new Ghostbusters film?
Yes.
Second question, do you think Palpatine could be the victor in episode 9? Asking being the technical difficulty you had yesterday with John.
Oh, yeah. So I was supposed to do Dark Side, Light Side yesterday, and we tried to, instead of going to Burbank, Campy said, well, let's try to route you in through here.
Yeah.
So we did for the first like 10 minutes. This is on my wife though, and I'm gonna throw her under the bus because the first time in like
Because she doesn't listen, first
No.
of all. So she'll never know.
it was the first time in 5 years I think I've heard an apology. So it was like I was when I was
You're not just gonna blow over that.
Wow.
I
I'm kidding,
refuse.
but I'm kidding.
I know.
But we I told her I said listen, I'm not gonna go to Burbank today, but like I'll stay home with the
Garrett
little.
Cole to the New York Yankees.
That's
Are
right.
you kidding me?
That's right.
That contract, 9 years,
It was to stick
$340
it.
million.
It was to stick it to the Astros.
Oh yeah.
It was to stick it to the Astros, and I'm so glad that they did.
Cheating ass bastards.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I got Brad Gilmore writing me sad faces too. I just respond with a happy face. That's right. Suck it.
Now we just got to stick it to the Patriots for cheating again.
I know. Well, that's what they do. That's part of their mantra.
I know. Finish
So anyway, we'll see if I can get through it with the Schmoebot. We'll try. But anyway, so I stay home with the baby. I said 15 minutes. She's going to get my oldest. 15 minutes. I can go back into the studio, set up because I've never done this technology before. So we want to make sure that we can set it up, do some tests on it, and all that. So it passes. I got to wake the baby up at one point. We don't want to sleep too long. She's a freaking nightmare when she wakes up. She wants nothing to do with anything. She's holy shit. So then finally I'm like, where is my wife? It's now almost half an hour past the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where? I had to go to Whole
Also
Foods.
known as 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to go to.
Just checking.
She's like, I had to go to Whole Foods. I'm like, you had to go to Whole Foods. You had to go.
Bruh.
And she's like, I took the oldest and we went to Whole Foods, and I'm like, why? I turned to Sebastian. Why would you do that? But it's like, I'm here trying to get things working, and you're off. But so anyway, so I'm like, what is that? So finally, I had to get back. The show was supposed to go at 3.
Yeah.
She gets back at 2:50.
Yeah.
No time to test it. We finally do 3:15. It's like, all right, let's go. So we're in the middle of this thing, and then it just freezes. And then drops the whole thing, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just drive to Burbank. To hell with it. Next Tuesday
I
instead.
was going to say, just send me. I'll do Dark Side Lights.
That would be.
sounds
I
amazing.
wonder who would do it better, than you or Brett. Who would know more? I think that you probably would know more.
I saw
I
his
don't know.
spectacular review.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
was
That
good, right?
was incredible.
Oh, can you review last night's episode of Crisis on Infinite?
Oh, dude! I
Yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
all
Tell
the
us.
twists in that.
Right,
You know,
right.
I didn't know that Superwoman was going to show up so fast right off
Right.
the bat.
What about the squirrel?
Yeah, I mean, the Super Squirrel. I thought that was odd. I never heard of that DC character
But it
before.
worked.
Yeah, it worked. But because we got Ant-Man and the Marvel
right.
universe,
So why not?
so a Super Squirrel doesn't seem weird
What
in
was
DC.
the thing with the cherry pie? I don't understand.
Well, okay, so the what did they call that thing that's coming in? It's
Flitzits.
Flitzits.
Yeah,
The
the Flitzits that
yeah.
come through what they're trying to stop.
Yeah.
So they said we need an apple pie.
Cherry pie, though.
Yeah, cherry pie.
Right.
No, they needed an apple pie
They couldn't
first.
find the
They
apple
couldn't
pie.
find
No,
an
but
apple
you had to
pie, yeah.
combine an
Yeah.
apple with a cherry,
Yeah, yeah.
and that
right.
created like a super force to stop the
I see,
microcosm.
Okay. The microphone.
Really good.
God.
Nothing will
That
ever
is-
beat his trailer reaction though.
I don't know.
Like
No one even saw that.
I know. I'm so mad you watched the trailer.
We'll have to
offline.
do
Good.
trailer.
The trailer action was so good. He was watching it, and he just like something happening. Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
That was a masterclass, sir.
It was really good.
I am so impressed. God. Oh man. I can't wait for,
No,
for
Langley McNeil, I couldn't disagree more with you, my buddy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let-
No, he was not talking. He's just there's people who don't understand that what the Schmoebot and the Streamlabs. It's like the same guy at the spectaculars. It's like,
Yeah.
If we didn't do it, no show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a show.
Yeah,
Can't afford to do this, guys. So
what'd
you
Langley
got
say?
just said that he doesn't that he thinks that it hurts the show, and I couldn't disagree more. I think that it adds so much more to it because it's like it can take you in a million different directions. I cannot stand just the traditional. It just there's a reason why formats get old. It's when you do the same shit over and over and over again, it gets old. It's why I couldn't stand doing panel shows of just like, okay, blah 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 blah. You go, Winston. What's your thought? Let me sit here and wait. Okay, now you go. No, you go. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I like the chaos of it. I like the fact that a robot comes up in the middle of it and says blah 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 blah. Okay, good. Take us there, but it's my job to take us back.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it is breaking the fourth wall soundboard, sort of, if that makes sense. Because like your engineer, like I mean, like Cody all the time would just randomly drop it. Do you believe, dude? Just like to piss off Mark Wright. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, but now they can throw in song.
No, I got his point though. His point is that he just, we can get distracted.
Well,
and
like
not
we
go
didn't
back
answer
to it.
2 of the questions from that, but you'll bring it back to it.
Yeah.
I want to point one thing out though that I see a lot of people complaining about is about they're like, "Where's the timestamps? Where's the timestamps?" Like he's getting them together. He's gonna put the timestamps.
Okay. He wasn't here yesterday, but
yeah, I wasn't here yesterday, but I'll rewatch the show today because I'm off after this. But I literally, what was it? It was Monday. Got off the show, drove home. Takes me like 30 minutes to get back. I go to my plate, like grab some lunch, and I'm at the bar, and it takes a while for the video to reload.
Yeah.
Right? Like if we ever go over 2 hours, it cuts off at 2 hours, and then it will load
Then
up.
it'll reload.
So I wait for the video to reload
Exactly.
because otherwise the timestamps are off.
right.
There's already someone, when the comments appeared, because you can't leave a comment at the beginning either, it takes a minute for that to load. There's already someone, where are the timestamps? And if you guys don't do timestamps, can you please have a clip out? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And luckily you replied to it and like, do you mean the timestamps that I just pinned? Or the clip show that we literally have a fucking channel for?
Those timestamps were in the description when he wrote that because he was like, why don't you just clip out the show? It's like, we have a channel called SEN Clips.
Now, I made a promise to myself that I was actually going to come at that a different way, in a more gentle way, and I immediately went to the voice. So let's take that back. So after all that, please be patient for the timestamps. That's all I want to say. It's just like, don't yell at me. He's working hard. I feel bad.
Well, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I do want to say, you being in a good camera, I think people are seeing how handsome you are for the first time. You look good, girl.
This is my first time on a good camera, and I'm just
Look at
like,
this.
Wait a minute.
Well, Bonnie's not here, so she's trying.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Ben is objectively handsome.
Why, you don't think he's handsome?
I mean, look, I know
All
the
right,
secret.
Let's play this game.
Okay.
If you're going to sleep with one man in this room, who are you going to sleep with?
Myself.
Undoubtedly.
That's probably that's
like the only person
That would
that
say
would
that.
answer that one.
I was gonna say that might be.
So
Who would you
Palpatine,
sleep
episode
with?
9.
One man. You could sleep with one man in this room.
Cody's right behind you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I miss Cody. I wish Cody was. I was going to say was engineering the show. I'm
sitting
sorry
right
about
here.
that.
You gotta pay $20 to get
I
that.
mean,
gotta get Cody back.
I'm gonna ruin this for you. It's Brett because humor always.
Oh,
If you can make
Listen,
me
no,
laugh,
that's
you
fair.
got my
I'm just saying
panties.
that's fair, yeah.
That's
Listen,
pretty much
that's
how
what
that
everybody
goes.
online also says.
You make me laugh, you got my draws. That's pretty much how that goes.
Should we do what we did yesterday?
Also,
wait, we got one.
UDIDNT answer, do you think Palpatine will win?
No.
It would be interesting to see evil be the ultimate victor for the end of a story. Schmoebot is freaking awesome.
Thank you
It's
so much.
very unique.
It is. It's different. That's another thing. And I also agree with some of the comments too. If we did it, and that's why we don't do it the whole show, because if it was the whole show, I agree. But if you talk as far as Palpatine goes, do I think he'll win? No. You're not going to close out the entire all 9 movies with the bad guy winning. People will be like, okay, so when's the next movie? Because I need to find out when.
That literally doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like I that makes sense if you're doing an art piece. That makes sense
Or
if
if
you're
there's
doing
one
a
more movie.
one-off,
Or if
or
there's
there's
one more
another movie.
Right.
But you can't do that for. Let's wrap it all up. Evil's the best. Like that's not.
Suck it. That's the way the world is.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, that would be kind of fun. And then all of a sudden, in walks like I don't know Putin, and he's like, "They got you.
We win. Can you do a close up, or just not close up, but just Kate's camera for a second here?
Oh, she has her own? Oh.
Yeah, because we did something. We did something yesterday that we're going to do again. Now this
You
is
haven't been on it all today, Brett.
Yeah, you weren't here yet. Yeah. So the audio itself will just hear noises, but the video will understand exactly what we're doing. Kate is. You think Brett's a master at improv? Watch this. Watch Kate.
Okay. Okay, all right. I take it back. Kate's the one I would sleep with.
The man.
I'm the man you would sleep with. I'll take that.
That did it.
For your consideration, SAG Awards.
That 100% did it.
That's gonna be. That is to me. Someone said that's explosive.
And yes, that will be timestamped.
Yes.
We'll do it. We'll do it. Someone says, "Is she coming or does she shit herself?"
You know what? I plead the fifth.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back. Sound didn't go too.
Is that because
try that again.
Try it.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
That a girl. All right. So let's get into some of these questions because we have a lot of them already. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Want to keep the lights on? Keep those coming. Whether it's that or super chat. Here is PC. This is an embarrassing story. Check this out, guys.
PC? Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's not embarrassing.
Can we do it? Hold on.
Hey, from someone that just became a grown man yesterday. Look. Sometimes you got to do some shit you don't want to do. Like you got to wear glasses, and I have to have a doctor stick his finger up my ass. All right? And it hasn't happened yet, but it's scheduled, and I'm not happy about it. All right?
Oh no, he's gotta get him up. Now,
The doctor goes, I did not sign up for this.
how old are you? I mean,
I just said 32 yesterday.
32, and I'm 45, and I still haven't had a fingy in the bingy. That's what fingy in the bingy is, by the way.
The only reason I'm doing it early is because my dad had prostate cancer about, like 10 years ago.
Well, I actually went in there and said, shouldn't I have done this by now? And he goes, well, we can do it with blood tests too now. And stuff like that.
Well, so here's
What?
This is what I will say. My dad, who currently has prostate cancer, stage 4, has come back. He had it 7 years ago, and it was in his hip bone, stage 4. But then it went away for 7 years, and it came back. So for all men out there, testicular cancer, you can sort of know as the young man's disease.
Yeah.
So that's why Lance
I'm over
Armstrong.
that
That's
one.
like I know a 16-year-old that had that. Yeah, you're sort of in the safe zone if you're out of your 20s. Prostate cancer, the way you can remember it, is like 60% of men in their 60s, 70% of the men in their 70s, 80% of men in their and so on, et cetera.
Right.
So everybody, if you make it to your 90s, chances are you're going to have it. My grandfather had it at like 86 when he passed away. He didn't pass away because of it. Yeah. But the PSA test, that's the blood test where they test the levels. It can be, the problem with it is that it's making it too invasive. Basically, the PSA test is very sensitive, so it could sense that there's something there when it's not. But I say err on that side. So if you because of your family history. How old was your dad when he had it?
Well, first he lied to us and didn't tell nobody, and was going through treatment for months. And then he was like, just so y'all know, I've had cancer for the last 9 months in my last treatment.
So your dad was Walter White.
Kind of essentially, bro.
You're not putting that in there.
Well, I remember because he had us I have 5 siblings, so
holy shit, that prostate worked.
Yeah, well, and that was my favorite. I got him really bad at tangents. My aunt one day when we all came down the stairs for a family reunion, she goes, "Damn, Leslie, you ever just sleep in a bed?" Which is probably the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But he had it. I want to say he was probably about 57.
I was gonna say
58.
that's young.
And he put us all on a conference call and told us all to mute, and I was like, "What?" And then he's like, "So here's the deal, blah." And then he even laid out. They were like, "I could take out your prostate." And he's like, well, what's that going to do to me, doc? He's like, well, you're going to be a little lethargic. Your sex drive's going to be like, well, fuck it. You better figure something else out. And they did some experimental, pinpoint chemo or whatever, and it worked really well.
Chemo or radiation?
I think it was some sort of radiation. I don't know.
Did they do the radiation seeds?
It was
where they inject the thing in.
Dr. Mulligan.
Paging Dr. Mulligan. Paging Dr. Mulligan.
I honestly don't know because I just know that it was something that was new at the time.
Yeah, that might have been that.
I just remember being really pissed with him because again, it's not that he was in danger of dying right away because they caught it early, but to not tell us, that's a situation where it's like, well, then let us help you, let us spend more time with you, all this shit. So,
well, joke's on you. The person that's doing it tomorrow doesn't even work there.
Would you like to see a rebooted S.H.I.E.L.D. show on Disney? Same premise, new cast focusing on S.H.I.E.L.D. rebuilding from the fallout of Winter Soldier leading up to present time. Also, maybe reboot Inhumans and do it properly. One more idea is Darth Plagues series.
Darth Plagues series. I love the idea of a Darth Plagues series because I think it's one of the things that bugged me the most about those Kathleen Kennedy comments about that we don't have existing novels and comics and all that stuff too. And I don't know if it was ever clarified if she was just talking about for the saga movies, but the fact that she doesn't pay attention to the novels and the comics, it's depressing because there's so many great stories out there that you could adapt from a lot of the main novels and the legacy novels, the legends novels that they have, right? So Plagueis, the Darth Plagueis novel written by James Luceno, would be an incredible series. If you turned it into like an 8-part miniseries, it's essentially like a gangster film, but it's the rise of Palpatine, but you learn about Plagueis. I think it would be such a great series, and you could adapt that book.
Well, I mean, isn't that why she's being sent to Tahiti after this whole set of movies?
What is she doing? What's happening?
I mean, they're sending her off to pasture and letting other people take over for her, aren't they?
That's the rumor.
That's
but
the rumor.
Nothing.
Okay, I thought it was official. It's not.
What they're saying right now, like what I think will happen after this movie makes $1 billion, The Rise of Skywalker, is that in about a year and a half she'll take a new job somewhere else, and then whoever's doing, they'll announce someone to take. What they should do is to have someone just take over Lucasfilm in general, an executive, and then put the creatives in there. And if those creatives overseeing the films are Favreau and Filoni, so be it. But and that's been rumored. But
I gotta tell you, I've been listening to this, and I'm like, the glasses are growing on me. Kristian's never looked more smart in his whole entire life. Like, honestly, I was just like,
people like the glasses.
I have to say, they're really growing on me.
There's no camera pointing that way today, is there?
Oh, in the corner?
Over in the corner?
Yeah, there is.
I was gonna say, get the. It's just out of frame. So the Cobra Casino picture of you, compare it to the
engineer. Will my donation be short? I would check if I were you, Kristian. Also, the best pitcher in baseball is Flaherty and will win the Cy Young Award next year. Go Cardinals.
By the way, when I tested the Schmoebot this morning, it was the new one.
It was the new one.
And then it went back to the old one when the show
I wonder if it has,
so.
I mean, not to make it, technical or anything, but I wonder if it's a frame rate thing. Because I mean, the pausing and stuff like that.
But the frame rate was fine when it was working the other day. But I want to go back. Let's go back to what the other Schmoebot said, by the way.
The other shows?
No, but the main, about Marvel shows. We'll get into the main topic here. Is that so? Ben, give me a little bit about exactly what happened though. So Marvel TV, we knew that this was going to happen once Perlmutter got the hell out of there and Feige took over, because Feige does want it to connect, and that's also when Feige wasn't running. He was like, yeah, they're doing their thing, and it's kind of loosely tied in, but not really. Now it's all tied in. Yeah. That's the way I always hoped it would be, and now it seems like that's going to be the case. But give me a little bit more of these details, Ben.
So, as you know, Kevin Feige took over Marvel TV, and they're all going to be on Disney Plus now. So all the Netflix shows are gone. Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Runaways just got canceled. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is in their last season. All of those are gone.
Luke Cage, you're not going to sit up here and not talk about my boy Luke Cage. I'm not going to let you.
No, it's there. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. It's all there.
I'm just making sure.
Do you want me to list every single Marvel show?
Cloak and Dagger.
Is that good?
It was all right.
Well, that's all gone. So he really, because before you could watch the shows and not worry about the MCU.
Sure.
Now he's literally said that. You need to watch the shows to keep up with everything MCU. That if you miss any of the shows, you might miss some of the MCU stuff.
Nobody panic. No. Everything's fine. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll comment on that since everybody's preoccupied. I don't know what you're talking about. But I do. That's interesting because those shows are gone forever. Like, is what you're saying? They're not going to go over to Disney Plus, or they are going to Disney?
They're going over to Disney. No, those shows are gone.
They're like, you can't even watch them anymore.
No,
any show, the new shows that are coming out, the whole point is that they're going to tie in with the movies.
So they'll be like. The Falcon Winter Soldier will tie into the next MCU movie, the next Captain America movie, because Falcon's now Captain America. Spoilers for Endgame.
Yeah.
So it will be like that. You could watch Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and I think they offhandedly mention, like, oh, if you want to talk about New York getting destroyed, talk to the big green guy. Like, they'll say stuff like that, but it never tied into the MCU. So now all the shows are directly correlated to the MCU, and do you guys like that, or does it seem like more homework? Like, oh, God,
I like it. I mean, it was one of the things that I appreciated about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Around the end of the first season and through the second.
I heard that's what I keep hearing is the last few Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. seasons are great.
Oh, the last few ones have been.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I kind of fell off, but early on they did do those tie-ins. So like Nick Fury appears at the end of season 1. And,
Okay.
And in the middle of season 2 is when Winter Soldier comes out. So there's like this, oh shit, something's about to go down. Like we got to like tell the Cap, and then Winter Soldier happens, and then S.H.I.E.L.D. literally falls apart as if in the movie because obviously Hydra blows it up, and so then they have to go.
Bad for that show because they're always playing catch up. It's like,
Oh,
we just
yes.
established season 1. Okay, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s gone.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
What's your show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. gonna be about?
No, exactly. So it was very interesting to like see that, but I don't have a problem with them kind of like consolidating that. I will tell you this, I do not want another Inhuman show for 2 reasons. The first was I just never really liked the characters personally, so I don't really care. But more importantly, my homeboy Emmy, who plays Gorgon, is in it, and unless they're gonna bring his ass back and just restart with the same actors and go all over again, I don't want to.
Yeah,
you know,
I like the cast.
I'm territorial like a motherfucker, so
yeah, because what's his name from Game of Thrones was on there.
Yeah.
And then Anson Mount.
the one that played Ramsey.
Ramsey Bolton,
he
yes,
played Ramsey
that's
Bolton.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Anson Mount, if you ever watched Hell on Wheels, that's a great show.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in that. So I was excited for that show, and then, woof.
It was rough.
Couldn't agree more. So, I had a little bit of a mishap here. The LaCroix finally bit me in the ass, and it decided to spill over my computer. But I think it.
Yeah,
I think
it
made
decided.
decided to
I've
jump
also
in.
never seen a blanket not
Not
sop
do
something
anything.
up.
Yeah.
The only thing, well, Winston went and got the
God
blanket
bless
to clean
Winston
it, and
did
it
it.
actually to
It
give it
just
to me to clean it,
smeared?
and
It just
well,
smeared the
but
LaCroix.
it got it out of the computer. But then Michael looked at me and said, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
He goes, no, we need you to clean the table. No, I
no.
cleaned your computer.
Yeah.
I'm not cleaning the table.
He's now using a Brett Sheridan
Like,
headshot.
this is
Whoa,
let me show you
that
this.
is not. Dude, was that you back in the day?
Oh, okay, Marky Mark.
Now you really want him, huh?
No,
No,
it's legit.
no.
My friend had Brett Sheridan put on the band of my underpants there. And no, he did. I said, "Can you make this look like the Marky Mark CK ad?"
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, somebody said Kristian probably spilled something again. You're not wrong. And someone asshole goes, Kristian has no idea who Jack Flaherty is. You mean the fucking pitcher from Cardinals, you asshole face?
Oh, there's
Dildo.
a better.
Oh, thank you. Now we use
at
this
this.
too. I don't know what that's going to do. We'll figure that out
That
later.
means that
comfy
Ben's
pillow.
gonna have a wet ass the rest of the week. Since
That's
this-
right.
these
That's my
things are-
pillow over there.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wish Kate was on camera for that. Oh shit.
What I missed.
I
She was
didn't do
smelling the
anything to
blanket.
show her.
She smelled your pillow blanket.
Now you have pink eye.
Yep.
Ooh, ooh.
This
All right.
yours?
See, you know,
No, it was here.
it's funny.
Okay. I
we
was
get-
like, is this literally the blanket you've been getting sick into? Great. Well, I just rubbed it all over everything. Okay.
Anyway.
So how many questions did we not answer?
Yes,
a lot
yes.
of them.
Oh no, we were talking about the MC.
We did good on the Marvel TV show.
Yeah.
No, we did good, and I think that I want to see. I think overall this is a good move for Marvel. I think that it connects it, especially what they want to do, and all the new series that are coming out. It gets less confusing.
They
So.
didn't get rid of the shows off of Netflix, right? There's just no new shit coming.
That's what I was asking
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
just
yeah,
saw. I was watching something and Jessica Jones popped up. So
yeah.
as like,
Okay.
we
I don't
should
think
watch.
so because
I
they're
also
Netflix,
that article. I got the same impression that you did, Ben. Was
That
that,
they took them?
they were done? Yeah.
Well, no, I understand that they're over, but
Done making them, but-
they're done making them. But it was a Netflix original property. I can't
Yeah.
imagine that they would be able. They would have the ability to rip that off of them.
Yeah,
well, if
you'd
they
think-
bought it,
I mean, I know that they got rid of Clone Wars off of Netflix.
But
like
that's also because it's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, didn't Netflix not make Clone Wars? Am I crazy?
No, I'm just saying, like, Disney took back a lot of their stuff.
Sure, but
off-
I don't think they. I don't think they would or can
We'll have to
necessarily
clarify
take
in
these
that
back
article.
because Netflix made them.
Yeah.
Well, Jessica Jones, the last season came out this year.
No, I know.
Yeah. So-
and that's the thing. I have catch up to do. This is the real reason I'm pissed.
Well,
It's
it's 'cause,
because
like,
I want to finish them.
The first season of Daredevil and Jessica Jones, like, there was these huge events.
Yeah.
And then season two for Daredevil was big because of Punisher.
Right.
But I didn't even know about season 2 or 3 of Jessica Jones, like,
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah, it's season 2 of Jessica Jones died. I didn't see 3. I did fuck Iron Fist. I can't, man. Absolutely
that
not.
was a mistake.
Okay.
You good? You good over there?
I'm
We're
good
just-
now,
we're burning
kind of.
time
it
for you.
smells so good.
Did you get
in
the
here.
glasses that you are transitional, so where when you're looking at us, we're not super weird?
No,
or-
you guys are good.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not that high. These things, they're not that. I didn't.
Let me see.
Yeah, they're not bad. What? But now, it's funny because now I can't. Now it's like you can tell. Like I
Yeah,
can
it
see the
adjusts.
chat room. Yeah, it's not bad. Like how are your eyes in
Those
general?
are worse. You put mine on before.
You don't look bad. You look good.
Yeah, I can see there's some prescription in there.
I guess it's a good thing I don't have my glasses here because y'all would all vomit instantly.
I bet you have.
Oh, I'm blind as shit.
Do you?
I feel like Chris Sabo. That's a reference for you.
Contact lenses?
You look like Christian Slater from Mr. Robot.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah.
You know, because he used
Brett
to.
has really got an
I
issue.
guess. Yeah.
Let me see.
I guess Christian Slater kind of sounds like down
Winston,
like
I don't
fuck
even
them
know
all.
where
They
you
don't even
are.
listen.
Look at the black mass over in the corner.
Yeah. All right, listen. Let's get back to some of these questions. So
Oh
we
yeah,
can
I
do
got
it.
him by a lot actually.
So this is from PC.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah,
the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, it's PC.
From PC. Embarrassing story. So my bank blocked my debit card because of unusual activity.
Yeah.
Had to explain I was hooked. I was hooked to Streamlabs, and it was using my card. Anyhow, thanks for the spectacular. Looney Bin just cracks me up. Tom and Kaiser were everything and more. The Looney Bin was there, and my favorite part about it was that Tom was turned like so everybody could meet him, but he was turned around. And like he was staring at the wall with the hood up, and and it was he was so just completely in character the whole entire time. Did you get a chance to meet the Looney Bin?
No.
Oh my God, it's so funny. Both him and Drew were there. I think Drew had lipstick all over her teeth, and
Yeah, so did I, but that wasn't a bit.
no. So, but it was really good. PC also says there are just so many highlights from Spectacular and surprises too. Jeanine, wow. Have to say though, my favorite was Kate. She's pretty fly for a white girl. I'll tell you
For
what,
a
man.
white guy. We
I
went
hung out
over
with
this.
PC. Yeah, white guy. Yeah.
Okay.
But let's start with Jeanine because we know that you're fine. Jeanine, so last year, Breanne Chandler sang for Spectacular, and I remember after wondering who else from the crew and competitors could sing. And I remember when there was a couple of videos that Jeanine had put out, and I said, "Holy shit! Why didn't I ever ask Jeanine?" And because Jeanine, she's got pipes, and you could tell like she went out there and just annihilated that thing. It was so good. It's on rendition. Did you see it when she sang?
I missed it.
Okay, it's really good.
It's amazing because she starts off and you can tell she's nervous. It doesn't come across in her voice,
Right.
But you can tell like it's just like it's a little softer. She's hitting all the notes perfectly. She's not forgetting the words or
Right.
anything. But then she gets towards the end and she just basically like no, like she just opens it up and everybody's just like.
No, nobody. I think I can play a little of it
Is
because
it
it
a
was.
4-chair turner?
It should have been.
Yeah.
It was really good. I think that I can actually find a little bit of it and play it for you guys. It's not available yet to the public, but I can figure it out in just a moment. But yeah, she was so good, and the fans were so supportive. And like I remember when she started out, you could see there were nerves there, but then she just like nails it.
I want to wait until it launches to
just
talk about it.
yeah.
But there was a really funny moment with the reveal when me, Jay, and Coy were on stage.
Yeah.
That Coy didn't understand what was going on.
You can talk about that because that's actually I know exactly what you're talking about. And because I have to be, and I told you this. I told you this at the thing. I don't know if that entire thing is going to make the cut because it was supposed to be 6 minutes. And I think it was 15.
74.
Well,
It was
could have been
74.
that-
No, it was 74 minutes.
It was long. So, but
Mark said to you guys after, he's like, "That's what we get. We put 3 comedians and they all ran the light."
it's right. But go ahead. Tell them the moment.
I
It's
mean,
really-
long
it's actually
story
really
short,
funny.
Jay started talking about something, and he had told me while Coy was talking, he was like, "Yo, we should Kaepernick in the middle of Coy's thing." I was like, "I'm not gonna do that. Like, fuck you." And then Jay started talking, and decided to Kaepernick in the middle of
During
Jay's
his,
speech.
yeah.
So then Jay was like, "Oh, okay, hold on a second." So he hits the ground. So then Coy goes, "Oh, okay," and he does his Jeff Goldblum like layout pose. And
Yeah.
afterwards, he came off stage, and he apparently was like, "Wasn't that cool when the 3 of us were boy band posing together? It was so great." And we're like, "Oh no."
As my 2-year-old would say, "Oop, oh, oopsie."
Oop is so cute.
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna play this for you guys, a little bit of Jeanine the Machine singing here because it was just out of control how good she was.
Watch LaCroix.
For the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Told ya.
For the land
She really opens it up.
It's the closer that gets us.
Yeah.
and the home of the
Riffs.
Damn.
Right, look,
chill
Jeanine
bumps.
the machine crushing it. Just
Opens
crushing it.
it
Yeah, man.
up.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good, man. She was awesome. So all that
Brett
stuff.
got you another computer destroyer. If you
I got this.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't know if you were.
No, I got a horse like a piss race anyway. So
I got a horse like a piss race.
yeah.
I'll
What you
take
put in your
over.
LaCroix, bro?
I know. So,
I'll answer all the
Actually,
Palpatine questions
White
if you want.
Claws.
Ain't no laws,
True.
baby. Ain't no law. So funny story. I was talking to my girlfriend, and we were talking about how there's an advent calendar for like spiked seltzers, but they're like $75 fucking. So we were like, fuck that. We should just invite people over and make our own whatever.
Yeah.
And then I look up and I'm like, so baby, when are we doing this? She goes, oh, I am doing it. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, yeah, it's just me and the ladies. I was like, what the fuck? We can't do this shit together.
No.
So I finally got invited, and so now it's me and 20 women making advent calendar White Claws. So,
how you don't record that and live stream that is beyond me.
you know what? I will see if they want to
I know.
move it over here. Let's do this shit.
I have a T-shirt because you and I always come up with T-shirts on
Yeah.
the show. I got one. Everything's a live stream.
Hey, we got that. That's a good one. We got to get Tuna and Mac.
Tuna and Mac,
We got to
yeah.
do that.
Sure.
I feel like that sounds like
Yeah.
a cop show.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
it was
does.
funny though because there was a line inside of that speech that Jay had and that only Jay would be able to say that will also not make the cut because he said something. I just went, oh my god.
He said it to
did
you.
Did he say nigga? To
No,
me? Oh.
I mean,
Can I say that?
I would rather you not.
Well, there's my one for all of SEN. I got it out right now.
Yeah, I wish I could be doing something.
Oh, I have a story
Oh,
of
my
mine that I
career.
told Mark Ellis. I'll tell you off camera. It's pretty funny.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get back into there's so many.
But
Streamlabs.
what did Jay do that you said?
I'm not saying that on air. I'll tell you out off air what he said that it will be
He
cut.
said something to you. You know what he said to you.
I honestly don't remember, but I
How
definitely
he-
remember
how-
I called him Julia Roberts.
he said how he was.
Yeah,
gonna-
right before you said that, he said he was gonna
Oh,
beat you.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
That's
yeah.
like it, that. Nope. And there were a few people. Jay with that comment. There was I won't call everybody out, but Jay, there was a few people that we made it very clear. There are children in the audience.
Yeah.
There are children in the audience. There was a child who was bringing up. Who was
The
there?
belt.
He was there. He was there because the Schmoedown audience because he's ill.
Yeah.
The Schmoedown audience was able to put together a fundraiser to fly him and his father out to the spectacular. There were many kids in the audience. We told no F-bombs. There was F-bombs and those types of comments and these, and I'm like, what, Sebastian? What are you doing? When you hear someone say, don't, it doesn't mean do.
I don't remember. Did I? I don't think I said
No,
anything.
you didn't. You didn't.
No.
Well,
You
see,
didn't.
I think the only thing, and this is not really a defense because Jay should know better, but I know that he literally arrived 3 minutes before we went on because he booked a Super Bowl commercial.
Right. Oh,
nice.
He was
Oh,
at
that's
the
great.
he was at the fitting and had to race over as soon as he got out. But I think maybe that was he didn't get the full speed because I remember you saw him. You're like, "Hey, you made it." And you're like, "Yeah," or he tried to hide from you. He like hid under the table.
No, because he was trying to pretend that
Right.
he was. I knew that he was there because
Yeah.
they gave me updates.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, Jay is a pro. He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
But like what Jay does, Jay is one of those people that when he improvs, he's gonna get some good stuff. You're gonna get good stuff out of him. But what Jay does every time, I'll tell even before I've ever told him the first note, and I'll tell him, he goes, "No, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to tell you what the story is. Like I have to tell you. And every time he's like, No, I got this. I'm like,
You're like, what I was trying to tell you is that no one's allowed to say, I got this.
Right, but then I was going over again. He's like, you already told me all this. I was like, yeah, but there's new ways to do it, and there's rhythm, and we got to make sure we hit 2 minutes. And he's like, no, I already got it. And then he goes 27 minutes. So he didn't get it. He says he did.
Kristian, were you disappointed by some of the performances of players in Spectacular? I certainly was. It also seemed like some stuff went down after that IG match. Can't wait for backstage to learn what went down.
Oh, I'm glad that you said at the end, though, too, because there was stuff. The entire Spectacular, I thought, went off great.
Yeah.
Great. When you put on a show that big for that long, things are going to happen. There are little things that happen, little hiccups and things that happen. 100% we'll be talking about on backstage. Now, I don't know if I'll go all the way into it this Thursday.
Brett, I wish Kristian would let fans challenge show staff to Schmoedown trivia because I am 90% positive it'd wreck shop against you. Hashtag much respect. Hashtag thrown cow over castle.
Yeah. So people say they kick your ass in the draft.
Oh, they want to.
Are you going to draft him?
I mean, I keep forgetting that he's a part of the draft. Only because he's
for real.
Yeah, I already put you in there.
Hey,
Oh, you did?
Look, I'll show you.
Like I know, real quick. I know that there's some good fans out there because Paul Oyama, like like he came from the fan leagues, but also 35 fans played in the fan games that I
Did they eat shit?
They didn't do too well, so y'all need to relax out there.
And if I had $1 though, and this actually, and I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm humbled because of it. But it was, if I had $1 for every person I ran into that said, "Hey, can you put me in the draft next year?" I said, "Who are you?" I said, "I just got here from Detroit." What? I don't know who are you. It's like, "Can you put me in the draft?" Like I had so many people come up to say, "I'm good. Put me in the draft." DMs. Put me and my boyfriend in the draft. I'm like, well, do you have footage of the person? No. Well, I can't just put anyone in the draft.
Bro, that was the one thing about working in Marky's office that was so interesting, where the people would be like, "Oh, submit. We need hosts. Like, you know, have whatever." And like their reel would be like, "Hi, I'm Courtney, and I can do this. I'm really good at hosting. As a matter of fact, this is my dog.
Right?
How did you think about this, Snuffy?" He loves it. So choose me to be the next host of NBC Daily. Thank you.
Yeah. This is why Sebastian should be the voice of God for everyone. Just like, turn the camera off and go to school.
Oh, shit. Did I just do all of that away from the camera?
No,
Yeah, but it was actually perfect.
Yeah, it
that
actually
way.
works. It looked like you were looking up in the room.
It was a good angle, dude. We'll fix it in post.
I'm gonna add that to your reel.
It's okay. You're new to this. You're figuring it out. My favorite is that I'm not going to call her out for which one, but my mother is in the chat room, right? And she, what are you surprised? You know, she watches every show.
But she's in the chat room.
Of course, she's in the chat room.
Hi, Mrs. Harloff.
No, it's DeFeo. Oh, no, I liked Winston, but then she called me by the last name.
Oh,
Did you
DeFeo.
notice? Do you notice I changed the picture behind you because it was giving off the glare?
Yeah.
So I don't want Mom to comment back.
Oh.
Why is that giant piece of Scotch tape
well,
on that
but
poster?
I'm not gonna, because she's got like a pseudonym. that
Okay.
she does. I'm not gonna call. I'm not gonna
So you don't
call
have to call her
out.
out.
I'm not.
Yeah,
No, of course
don't,
not.
don't.
Then all I'll say is this. First of all, I apologize for getting the wrong name. My mama go by a different name as well, so I should know better. Second of all, that's fine. I'm just call you Mrs. Kristian's mama. I didn't hear exactly what he said. I think he said DeFeo, but I'm not positive. I don't want to mess that up.
No, because now she's gonna be mad at me with that. Why you tell people my last name?
It's look.
You think that's bad? He's about to say your address. Go ahead.
I know. Well, anyway, so be nice in that chat room, you fucking animals. All right, so let's see. Next one here. PC. So many highlights we did. It's always sunny in Philly. I had to watch the replay, so this will be late. But BC seems like a good guy. But next time you see him, please ask him if he bought a VHS player from Snyder this past weekend so he can watch the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl.
Hey, wow.
Hashtag flies,
Hey,
Eagle, fly.
zing, 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 zing.
Yeah, that's what I like, and I like that you have to take that too. Take it, you son of a bitch.
Hey, you know what? Our division's so terrible. We're still gonna make it to the playoffs.
Are you a Cowboys fan
Yeah,
too?
Cowboys
That's
fan.
disgusting.
You're a Giants fan. Who cares about your sorry ass team? Second of all,
Let's talk about when the last time you guys won and the last time we won.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally
no,
fine.
good.
That's totally fine. Guess what? Fire my coach. I win a Super Bowl.
Oh.
That's how that works.
That's
pretty much.
Okay.
Second. I feel bad because I always know BC, but BC doesn't think I know him. It's that I never remember his name.
It's pretty hard. It's tough.
So
It's a tough name to remember.
Bro, you have to remember a couple of things. It's 2 fucking letters. The last time I saw him was the free for all, right?
Right.
And I was already nervous as shit, a little bit tipsy, and I was trying to make sure I got my little entrance speech right, which was just saying the one line from Us. So I was like, "Oh, what's up, dog?" And he's like, "What's up, Winston?" I'm like,
What's up, CB?
What's up, CBD?
I was like, "What's up, THC? Like, how you doing, bro?" But I just feel horrible because I always know who you are, BC. I just never remember your name. But I also didn't have anybody to introduce him to. So like, how you can pull that move and be like, "This is my girlfriend, Kristen," and then she can go, "What's your name?" You know what I'm saying? I couldn't.
Does your girlfriend know that that's the cue for her to ask the person's name?
All the time.
Oh,
she does?
She and this
my
is how I
husband's
knew.
not great
That's
at that
actually
game.
how I knew I loved her. Is because that was she just instinctively knew, and we.
My husband does not know. He'll be like, "What did you say their name was?" I was like, "I didn't."
No.
Because I was hoping you were going to acquire it for both of us.
No, my wife is the wingman on that one because I go, "Oh, this is my wife, Lonnie," and she'll go, "Oh, I'm Lonnie. What's your?" She jumps in on the, she doesn't.
So the point is, I need to be with a woman.
Because I cannot remember anything.
People I saw a comment here too. We talk about this. I know this is always a touchy subject, but people are like, here we go. See, why are so many of the cast members Rise of Skywalker low key shitting on The Last Jedi? They're starting to do it more and more. Like, Boyega came out a couple days ago and he got a lot of stuff for it where he said that he just wasn't really a fan of a lot of this. Him and Mark Hamill share the kind of the same opinion, and that he didn't like a lot of the choices and stuff that was Last Jedi was. And look, they're still fans of the stuff, and they do their job. You know, they do their job. But if they don't like the movie, they don't like the movie. I think they're allowed to say it. And if he doesn't like the movie,
I get it. I feel like you stay lockstep till the trilogy's over.
I feel like so many of them are just like this press tour's like exhausting. Oscar Isaac was talking about like the relationship with Poe and Finn, like just. I think they're just all over it. It felt like remember Age of Ultron, like that press tour, like had a bunch of controversy.
They're exhausted by it. And they're also exhausted by a lot of the fandom too. Like Daisy Ridley,
they're ready to move on.
Well, Daisy Ridley had someone asked her conversation. She was she's tired of it. She's tired of like it's a fucking movie. Yeah, it's a movie. And people get and you're allowed to be passionate about movies. You should be. Otherwise, why are we doing what we're doing here? But sometimes, like that's why I always equate it to politics. It's like whether it's Marvel, DC, Star Wars, whatever it is. Like people get like it's like they're not making the movies. They're not doing this too, but they take it like so personally and like get venomous and awful and rotten to people and like will scream at people like that they don't know because it's like you're just desensitized to it, right? There's like, and they think they're part of this war that's going on. There's no war.
Well, and I think the two things that are interesting too, the other 6 movies didn't have social media to deal with. So then you're catching it flack every fucking day, not just on maybe a press tour or at Comic-Con. You're getting that shit every single day. Yeah. And I think about what the fans did to Kelly Marie Tran, whether or not you like her character, to come at her personally is some fucking bullshit that pisses me off to no end.
She's doing her job. And it's like
that was her big break. Like that's
it's just it's a longer conversation about how it kind of goes back to what Sacha Baron Cohen was saying about social media in general. Yeah. And it's like you're desensitized to it that you don't know. Like I can't tell you. I had a couple conversations with and minus the event itself, all the shit that happened that you were there for the Galaxy's Edge thing, and I to this day say that it was a stupid way that I handled it. It was dumb, and I came off like a fucking brat, and I get it. But there were people also who use that to make sure that they got me, and I get it. That's cool. It's part of the business. But I met a couple people.
Patriots can't win this week. Literally last week, 2 controversies in 48 hours. Lost to a team that almost had to forfeit. I'm a Patriots fan, but no way in hell we are getting past R1 of playoffs. I want Ravens v 49ers in Super Bowl.
A rematch? I mean,
we'll see. We'll go back to that in a second. But but I saw there was a guy that I met after I was doing a panel, and he came up to me and he goes, "Look," and we had a conversation. He's like, "Look, I'll be honest. Like I had like when all that stuff went down, like I came after you bad. I made videos about you. I said a lot of things about you, and I didn't really know you. And after this conversation, like I apologize, but like it's you're a good dude." And I was like, that's it. I get it. You don't see that side of people. You assume. Like I guarantee, there's people out there that you've battled with on Twitter. Yeah. That there's people out there, and I've also taken another approach with it. There's other people who make videos. They can make videos about you. You can say things, and I stopped kind of responding to any of that. To me, it's an easy block because the other thing is, I guarantee you, there are people out there that I've blocked for shit that they've said to me or anything too. that if I had conversations with, I don't know how many of them, could be a really good friend in there somewhere. But they don't know you, so they have this vision of you or who you are, so that's who they think you are when they respond to you. That's a human thing. It doesn't mean that they're wrong, but it means that they should be thinking a little bit more about that, because you don't know who people are. And I see people, even comments that I got from, oh, he seems like he's this. You don't know me, though. You don't know me.
Well, and you know what's funny is that was something that I know that Kalinowski battles with a lot because of the Schmoedown, where his character, because he plays that heel so exceptionally well, people conflate him as a person with him as the personality. And it's, I think, again, that's the blessing and the curse of that social media, where you're not seeing the forest from the trees. You're just making assumptions,
right?
And it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's this other element of it too, which is like it's like become a thing now. It's like, oh, I got you blocked me, you can't hear it. But it's like, if let's say it's real life. If Brett said shit to me every day, Brett's getting real life blocked.
Yeah.
Right,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's not a friend of mine.
It's just easier for me.
It's just, and honestly, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I defend the shit out of that, because it's sort of like, we don't keep people around us that keep us down.
Yeah, that's not a...
We keep the people around us that build us up, that make us into better people, that know who we are. So to me, that's like, that's absolutely the perfect way to deal with it, not to engage.
But even like, and it's funny though, because even like simple stuff that's not even like hateful. For example, like this morning, I saw someone who was just kind of going after, like, someone who follows me, but someone who's going after the Schmoedown and saying that I don't want to watch nerds do wrestling stuff, and that's their opinion. But I don't want that in my life, so I blocked it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it wasn't hateful. It's just like, I think that sometimes people say like, "Oh, you're blocking," like you said, you can't take it. No, I just don't want to have that. I'm trying to put as much positivity out there.
Yeah.
So you can, and it is your place and your platform. You can if you choose to spew hatred, you're allowed to. But I don't. It's also my choice of whether or not I want to listen to it or not. And so I think that that's fair for everybody.
Well, and to that point, whatever the comment was, I don't want to watch nerds do it. Bitch, then turn it off.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch.
No, but I don't think he was watching, so that's why he doesn't watch, because he doesn't want to watch. And whatever it was,
that's fine.
My point was that he was like, "I'll watch you do this, and I'll watch you do that." I'm like, "Yeah, but but it's also my choice that I don't want to hear you say that." So like, I'm gonna block you, and I think that that's okay to do, and I think that clears spaces for a lot of people. That, you know, it's like, you have to try to monitor your navigation through social media however you can, because it's a shit show out there.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I try to stay out as much as possible. I promote, I'll do a couple things here and there, but I don't try to do it as much because it's mentally exhausting.
Well, and they've had a lot of studies that are saying that's leading to all this anxiety with people.
Oh God, it's suicide.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's ridiculous that that people will get at somebody so much, and you don't have a right to talk to people like that. And I think Ricky Gervais has a great bit about it. It's like walking up to a sign that says piano lessons, but I don't want fucking piano lessons. Fuck you. It's like, no, just ignore it. Go away.
You just pass by it.
But I mean, you're like Kate was
because
saying,
everybody has a voice.
You don't leave toxic people in your life.
Well, hopefully you don't.
Well, if you do, that's an abusive relationship.
Yeah, that's right.
No, but I understand to where that is. It's a strange thing, because it's like, I like the idea that there are people out there who don't have a voice that are allowed to express themselves.
I'm fine with that.
But there's also that side that doesn't do. It's like social. Like, there are a lot of socially awkward people out there in general, and you shouldn't. And that's a thing that I feel bad for. I have friends that are that way too. But there's some people who you'll be in a room with them and they say something in the room, and you're like, and even I'm like, oh, that's probably something I shouldn't have said. And then you have access to the computer, and then you just go, boop. Okay, now I'm gonna go and play baseball. You just told someone to go fuck their mother. What are you doing? You can't go play baseball.
Yeah, I guess that's my whole point, is that we've got, like you said, we're so desensitized because you're not seeing a face, you're seeing a computer screen
or a character that you think you know. So like, because if you're on this show, you guys are on this show, you guys have a banter here and there, and it's the positive and the negative of this show.
Sure,
it's that every day we're there talking to people, and we want them to feel like they're with us and they know us and that they're having those conversations. But the thing is, you're with us 10 hours a day. If you watch 5 days a week, you're with just 10 hours a day.
10 hours a week.
10 hours a week, excuse me, 10 hours a week. And you're with us for that time. you don't know everything that we go through. You don't know. It's like, well, Brett looks like he goes home and screams at his wife that way. You don't fucking know shit. You know what I mean?
I go home and my wife screams at me.
Right.
No, come on.
Brett just cries in the corner. You know?
I had that happen. I was like going to the bathroom at the show. And
let's see you. I want to see you. I know it's so hard.
I was going to the bathroom at the show, and I didn't even hear what this person said. But like I was peeing, and someone like said something, probably like bagel or whatever.
Yeah.
But they were nice enough to like meet me outside, and they're like, "Hey, I said something to you, and I realized I don't know you, and I know I was just joking." But I realized that I don't know you, so I wanted to apologize, and I'm sorry. Wow. Like I'm so and so. I don't want to call the person out.
Yeah.
But I was like, thank you. I didn't hear what you said, but I appreciate that because it is all fun and games in this room. But
they feel like they know you, though. That's the thing. And you realize, I probably shouldn't have said that because of this. And it probably wasn't even that bad of a thing. But
no, it wasn't.
But imagine if it was.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. That happens. And that happens. But what you just described, that's social media times 1,000.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why they need to take Mark Zuckerberg out and draw and quarter him. Because, like, I mean, I appreciate what social media has done for us for show, but, like, at the same time, like...
It's the Wild Wild West.
It really
Rise
is,
of
man.
Skywalker thoughts. Emperor could not return until Luke was gone. Has been working through proxy until Luke goes away. Luke senses this fakes death and lures Emperor out in order to return and defeat him forever. Thoughts. May the schlong be with you.
And
also with you.
And also with you. I want to get to both of those too. Let's get to these comments. We went off on some good tangents, but so we would also get to It's Always Sunny in Philly. Then we're going to get to your Emperor questions and Schmoebot questions. Those two that just came in, and the Schmoebot's still on. So guys, keep them coming, and we will answer all of them. And we haven't even got the super chat yet. So keep the super chats coming. Keep the StreamLabs.com/the Schmoedown. Me, Winston Marshall, Ben Goddard, Kate Mulligan, and Brett Sheridan here. It's Always Sunny in Philly. I had to watch the replay, so this will be late. Oh, we did that already, BC. And Jeff Snyder probably did sell him something. And back to It's Always Sunny in Philly. Again, watching on replay. And the fart noise Kate faces bit had me laughing so hard I thought I shit myself. No lie. Also, can we keep Chewie on when Brett is back? They could do a buddy cop movie and it would beat the box office again. Flagrant SEN. Blake, the evil empire is back just in time for the return of Palpatine. Cold of the Yankees. You're damn right. I can't for this one because and I'll tell you what, because it's $1 for what you wrote here. It's someone that we know, and I'm not going to say it, but I'll say, hey gang, this is someone that I'm not going to mention because I don't want to make this person feel embarrassed. I made an oopsie today. I completely soiled my pants, absolutely destroyed. Looks like a triple mocha chip frappuccino dropped in these bad boys. Had to throw them bitches away. I'm definitely not gonna do that to that. No, you don't want me to do that to this person. That's not. It's someone that we know, and they're pretending.
No, that's fine. I just want to know later off camera.
Sure. Jake
Mark Ellis.
Yeah, right. Jake Berlin. That's what people also have to realize. By the way, I don't want people to understand that. Mark and I had this conversation too, because Mark. I'm not a fucking idiot.
I love using the Schmoebot on Tiny Mike Live. The Schmoebot has caused me to get my schlong licked on multiple occasions. I have to say, everyone with their glasses on was getting me turned on to the point of getting blue.
Oh, good.
Bald. Also put me in the draft.
I will. No problem, Soggy.
Definitely in the draft.
But this is the other thing. Ellis wanted to make this clear. He goes, you're not going to read anything that comes in because they paid money, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. It's like because all the comments that come in that are readable, 100%. But if it's just because someone says something, well, they paid $1, I gotta make one of my friends feel embarrassed now. It's like, no, it's like, this is again our store. I will read your comment, but I'm not gonna read it all the way through. So it's like, just because you did certain things, that's also why when you look at when a Schmoebot comes in, sometimes you go, yeah, that's why I can tell Ben, no, I can see what that one is, turn it down. Yeah. So, but for the most part, from what we've been doing here, it's been really good, and there've been fun stuff, and there's certain things. Sometimes and even when we had Soggy, who did that one thing, and he felt like he crossed the line, he apologized, So,
but it wasn't Soggy. It was
no.
somebody else.
That was a different one.
That's it. No, yeah.
Yeah. So, Jake Berlin, hey, Schmoes, I wanted to congratulate the entire crew on the spectacular. It was my 3rd live event. Wow, that's awesome. But easily the best. The hard work and the dedication from everyone involved really, really shows. I look forward to seeing you all again at the awards and the draft. Well, thank you. And by the way, and I'm looking forward to seeing the draft. We just sent out all the invites. You got it last night, right?
Is that the Jake that came with his wife?
Maybe.
Hot wife.
But you have... You really like that. You really like the looks.
If we did just a Schmoedown of Schmo's fans, Kate would kill it.
Yeah, here you go. I'm gonna get Kate excited in a second. There you go, Kate. You excited? Okay, good. I just showed her a picture of Bonnie. She's coming on tomorrow and Friday. I'm so sorry. Anyway, the draft, January 11th. At the Comedy Store, the draft and the award show. The tickets will be on sale this week. $20 a ticket. That's it. That's it for the entire every level. $20 for the ticket.
Minimum.
2 drink minimum. January 11th. It will be
$96 you will spend.
No, you will. I mean, because it's really it was really fun last year.
How
It was
can we
fun.
get the bot to say Schmoedown correctly?
Oh, you just did.
Schmoedown.
You just did.
Schmoedown. 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 It was great meeting most of the SEN crew on Saturday.
Well, thank you.
#Action Army.
Action Army.
I was just about to go ahead.
I just watched a reaction that they did. Nerd Chronic, our editor, he put together all these fuckers came together, like all the reactors. So the original Schmoedown reactors, like the godfathers of were late to the party.
Right.
Vanessa and Robert.
Right.
They were like the real first reactors of Schmoedown.
Right.
So they kind of, I don't know where they were, but they kind of hosted this thing, and all of Action Army was there. Action Army is like the brand.
I heard they had like a big party the night before, right?
Yeah, and it was, but they did a reaction to The Family and Shazam playing against each other. And it's great. It's like you see all these hardcore fans and just shit. I mean, because they're dedicated to the art people were there, Action Army was there, late to the party, and
Cinefanatics were there too.
Cinefanatics were there. It's awesome. So it was, and you watch them. These are like the hardcore fans that really understand and get what the Schmoedown is, and they were checking it out. You should see it. Or they go just look for Nerd Chronic, and he's got the reaction up, or join the Facebook group for Schmoedown. You should check it out because I'm loving all the new SEN fans that are checking out Schmoedown now. It's awesome.
His promos, I
They're
can't
best.
get over how good
They're
they
amazing.
were.
Well, and all I was gonna say was that was probably the coolest part to me was I unfortunately walked into that expo hungover as fuck.
Yeah.
But meeting meeting all the fans, man, they were pretty incredible. I mean, the same thing, the Action Army, they all came up in like a mob. They were like, "What's up, dog?" I was
it's true.
"Oh
and even some of them, because what was funny is that one of the action crew, Alex, I don't remember her last name, but she I always say Garland, but then I realize that's a director. But anyway, she is you see she's one of the original OGs of the Action Army, and she had wrote some. I don't watch SEN live too much, and I was like, if that's one person that should watch this show, because when you meet her, you see her, she's like I think she met you too.
I know that's what I think it's Jake is married. There's a guy Jake.
Maybe that's who it was.
I think it's Jake that's married to
Alex. Then maybe that's it, because Alex, she's got a tallish brown hair.
Yeah.
So
she played in the fan competition.
Did she?
Yeah. She
Okay.
lost.
But
Terrible.
did she lose? All right, yeah. Well, that's nice. So now she's definitely not gonna watch the show. Jake Berlin also. The fan expo was just incredible. It was a brilliant idea. I enjoyed meeting everyone, especially Kate. My girlfriend was with me all
girlfriend.
day.
Okay, sorry.
At the event.
And
Kate made her day by calling her the most beautiful girl on the planet. I don't think so, because Alex is
Okay,
married.
that's a different Alex.
We had a blast together, so thank you.
Jake. Yeah.
Good,
I
good.
remember.
Nap sucks
She is the
ponytail.
most beautiful. There's no reason that woman should be that beautiful. That's all.
All right.
Damn.
Well, to say,
all.
that's good to know that we actually we had a lot of people there that I think watching both a lot of married couples there that were there. We have had someone get proposed to on stage, and I think it was in New York. Someone got proposed to on stage. It was really awesome. We got to piece that out. Napsucks Ponytail says, "What happens first? An MCU movie wins an Oscar for Best Picture, or a Disney Plus original movie gets nominated for Best Picture?" That's a great question. Also, shout out to Jonas Gallegos with his latest hit, "Bagel Boy," other great addition added to the Collider Live SEN song library.
Disney Plus.
Marvel, because you have to release it in theaters.
Yeah.
So,
They'll release it.
But they'll
They'll
do a
do a
limited release.
they'll
Like-
do a
the
release in
theater.
Like the way
Yeah,
they did
like
for
Netflix.
Irishman or
Like they
something,
just
yeah.
did for the
Like
El
Netflix.
Netflix.
Capitan.
Yeah.
And now that studios can buy movie theaters, what happens first? I'd say maybe an MCU movie wins more.
On a more serious note, I want you guys to know that I will be in Atlanta for the
Wow,
live
Soggy's coming to Atlanta.
Oh,
event.
wow.
Wow, Atlanta's also on sale too. By the way, that's going quick.
So we're also
Atlanta wasn't lying. Atlanta said that if you guys get to Atlanta, I think there's like 100 tickets left and it's in February 29th. You got to go to the Schmoedownlive.com, but don't pass on that.
Totally unrelated to Soggy now telling us he's going to be there. We're going to need to get some extra security in Atlanta.
Soggy?
Yeah. Soggy coming for us.
He's just going to walk up talking like a robot. Clister 20. If you guys could get away. Oh, yeah, let's go back. So going back to that, I think that the MCU movie probably, and I think that Black Panther was pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Clister 20, if you guys could get away with it, it would be dope if Winston's team out with What's Up Danger song that's in that Spider-Man animated movie. No, we're actually going away from music that we don't own. David B. is a very talented musician. He and I spoke even after the stuff that he did he did the theme song for this show. He did the Corruption theme. He's done the Shazam theme. He's done Who's the Boss, The Family. He's done so many great themes, and he's gonna do a lot of the faction themes that he'll be working with the managers to do like a full-on theme. So we're gonna try to stay away from the copyrighted music. ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. If COPPA comes for you guys, will you move your YouTube channel to Pornhub? I don't know if they would accept us because we're like the Disney.
We're too dirty.
We're too dirty.
We're too dirty for Pornhub.
Yeah.
No way. No way they'd lower their standards.
Not to have us on it. Yeah, it's true.
Man,
It's true.
well done.
That's true.
We were talking about this yesterday about you, that you are just a sniper.
That's true.
Just sit there and you snipe.
I was half asleep for half of that conversation.
Back to your boy Suge Knight. Ben is a made man. Respect to Ben, even though we messed with you. Us SEN fans think you're just a great dude. Hey, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Kate, being a Hispanic, I was left at home by 7 years old. Winston, we met, but I didn't tell you that I was Suge.
Yes.
Richard, did you meet a guy named Richard?
I think so. Here's the problem. Bad with names hungover. And
Well,
like,
yeah.
So
I think he had glasses on, and then he had curly hair.
Okay,
Which his
that sounds
picture,
familiar.
he's clean shaven in his picture.
Okay.
But-
Ben, I'm going to do something here. Just for a split second, I get into some of the news that we have,
Okay.
and you're going to run the news portion of it. Throw it. I got to step out for a split second.
Yeah, you're good.
All righty.
All right. So while Christian's gone, I'm just gonna pour some more LaCroix on his computer.
All right, so we have Golden Globe nomination or SAG nominations. We already had the Golden Globes, so we had SAG nominations. There were some, like Shia LaBeouf didn't get a nomination again.
so
Adam Sandler
crazy.
didn't get a nomination, but this time there were no nominations for Little Women either. Like
Oh,
none of the cast got it. So let's start with outstanding performance by a male lead actor: Christian Bale, Ford v Ferrari, Leo for Once Upon a Time, Adam Driver, Marriage Story, Taron Egerton, Rocket Man, Joaquin Phoenix, Joker.
No surprises there.
Who do you guys have out of those?
I probably have to go with Joaquin. Honestly,
Adam
I
Driver.
like. I haven't seen Marriage Story yet, so that
Oh, you gotta get on it.
that is the only thing holding me back. But just out of the ones that I have, which is everything but Marriage Story, I would give it to Joaquin. The lengths he went through as far as like all the weight loss, the actual physicality, his being able to flip shit on a dime. It was some otherworldly shit. And it's the one thing about Joker that I think we can all universally say that he was just on some other level shit for that. But that's
I know. I do wonder though if the fact that Heath Ledger, we were talking about this the other day, that Heath Ledger already won.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
Oh.
posthumously, but
I
if
think-
that.
I just always think it goes back to just the year that Adam Driver's had. Like Marriage
agree.
Story and The Report are both amazing.
Episode 9 coming out.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then was that it?
I've
that he had?
got Adam.
Oh,
Driver on
The
that
Dead
one.
Don't Die was a good movie as well. So he's just had a hell of a year. Christian, who do you have for
Best actor for SAG?
Christian Bale, Leo, Adam Driver, Taron Egerton, Joaquin Phoenix.
We know you want it to be Bale.
I want it to be Bale. It'll be Adam Driver.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be Bale though.
All right. So outstanding performance.
Did you
by,
vote this year?
No, because I'm late on my dues. That's
It's
actually
so
something.
funny. I voted, but I hadn't seen a lot of the like.
They came
Little
out
Women.
so early.
I know,
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
Women. I was gonna say I hadn't seen.
Did you get screeners? I mean, I paid my dues and I didn't get
They
any.
usually come late
Yeah.
too. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Best performance, leading actress, Cynthia Erivo, Harriet, which that's her second nomination. I apparently need to see this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson, Marriage Story, Lupita Nyong'o, Us, Charlize Theron, Bombshell, and Renee Zellweger, Judy. Who do you guys got out of that one?
Zellweger.
RB3's happy about the Lupita one. He was talking about that.
Oh, yeah,
Go ahead.
No, he was saying how she got snubbed for the Golden Globes.
Oh, there was a lot of snubs. I wish I was here. That. I mean, I was over at Collider that day, and I went off.
Yeah.
Between Watchmen and When They See Us, I was
questions
furious.
about Trivia Showdown, not meaning to interrupt news, but want Kristian. Response as well. First, would you ever sew an anime league? Second, would you do just a horror league? If you do this already, I have not seen many Schmoedowns yet, and I apologize.
No, don't. You don't need to apologize. So,
But you do need to Apollo.
No, so
yourself out of the stratosphere.
Yeah, Horror League is not something I'm ever going to.
Apollo 11.
I'm never going to do. Well, there's a lot of juggling going on that's failed miserably.
Says the man who dumped LaCroix on his computer.
Trust me. I know. Right. I would never do a horror division, but exhibition matches, yes, we've done them, and so there's like a full-on exhibition kind of league that kind of happens on the $10 patrons that they get exclusive to the that get the exclusive matches, and then after the first week, then it goes to $5 patrons, and then after that, all patrons can see the exhibition matches, and you have any of you join today at the $1 tier, you get access to the entire library of all the exhibition matches that we've done. It's just I don't have an interest in doing a horror. Bibiani has been banging down my door to try to get that thing done. It's just I have no interest in making a horror league, but a division, but an actual exhibition. I think that they're fun. Same thing with anime. I think putting them in the actual overall knowledge, but not like a full on division. Okay, so is those are the big ones.
They're on. I feel like
You think she was great, but
everything I've heard that she's actually beat out Zellweger right now.
Really?
That's what a lot of people.
I don't
are
think
saying.
it's Zellweger anywhere. I know you have her.
It's crazy. I think that
nobody talks about that movie. Nobody. I mean,
nuts. But I think that that Charlize Theron is great, and that was actually my choice. But I think I don't know Zellweger. She's the whole movie. Where Charlize Theron kind of passes the ball a few different times. She's great, and the makeup adds a lot to her performance. You can tell.
Couldn't you say that though about Bale and Ford vs Ferrari, because there's a lot of back and forth between him and Damon?
100%, absolutely, and that's probably why he won't win. But yeah, it's just I just think his performance to me stood out. But I think because he's Bale and he's been in there so many different times that Adam Driver has pushed forward and continues to push forward. That's why he'll win.
I don't have a Renee Zellweger voice impression, but I definitely can do her face.
You know who does? Yeah, that's true. You know who does a good one?
It's a female De Niro. That's actually a really good.
You know who does a good one? A voice and the face is Melissa McQueen.
Oh, yeah.
She does a spot
She does a great Silverman.
She does a great one. Melissa McQueen. I want to have her on this show, too. Okay, so I think that's are those the big nominations? Or
I just want to talk about this one. It's the outstanding action performance by a stunt ensemble.
What the hell?
And it's Avengers, Ford vs. Ferrari, The Irishman, Joker, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And it's like, one, how do you not nominate John Wick 3?
Right.
Because those stunts are ridiculous. Yeah. And two,
stunts? Yeah.
Did you watch The Irishman? Yeah. Robert De Niro trying to do his own stunts?
But that's probably
why. There in Joker?
But that's well, okay, the riots. I'll give you the riots. That's fine in Joker. Like that, a couple of the murders. But The Irishman, I think to have those 70, 80-year-old men do the shit that they did, even if they're aged down, that's a stunt, bro.
It's true.
Someone could have broke a goddamn hip.
But they're not trying to give it to De Niro. It's actually for the stunt team. It's for the stunt coordinator and the stunt team. That's.
I still think it has to. How is it not Endgame though? Like
I say,
I mean,
all right.
How is it not John Wick? They were made. Those movies
That's
were
what the
made by
movie's made for.
stuntmen.
Yeah.
Final question. I'm just curious because
John Wick.
John Wick. Parabellum. Did When They See Us or Watchmen get anything?
I think you know what it is about Watchmen, dude, and you probably know better than I do. But I think.
By the way, I think you missed my earlier Streamlab.
No, I'll get back into it. I'm diving back into all the Streamlabs. Don't worry, Jake. I'll get to everybody's because we're gonna just talk about this and then I'm gonna move on to get to because I gotta hit the super chats too.
Outstanding action performance. Watchmen got one, and I thought I
did.
saw
Well,
one
never mind.
for
That was
When
my
They See
point.
Us
Thought it was
as
too late.
Well, I'll double check on that.
All right. Anyway, so there's tons of shit out there, but no, I don't. Watchmen. You love the show, right? I gotta watch that show,
dude.
I'm one episode in.
People were concerned that there wasn't enough of a tie-in. They were just kind of throwing names around, and then when you start watching it, you're like, holy fuck.
That's how I feel right now watching. Kate, you like those glasses, huh? They grew on you.
Yeah, because when I said, let me see them on you, and you put them on, I said, let me see them off you.
Find someone that looks at you like Kate looks at Kristian's glasses.
Okay, let's see. T-Sim, going back to Streamlabs, T-Sim put in the thing about Jared Cole. Absent good. What up, Sen? Hope everyone's doing well. Is it me, or does Winston Marshall look like a black version of John C. Reilly? I don't really see that. I'm sorry. The resemblance is uncanny. P.S. I will be in Atlanta. I don't see that absent good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Craig Ward, greetings from the UK.
I guess it's better than the white version of John C. Reilly.
Craig Ward, greetings from the UK. Did you see the trailer for Promising Young Women? I think you did this morning.
Yes, it looks crazy.
Looks like a very interesting story. What did you think? You liked the trailer?
It was good. It was interesting. It seems like a revenge story where
Michelle
Williams pretends to be a
anything
really
she's
drunk
in.
woman, and then like guys will take her back, but then I don't know if she kills them or just like kind of shames them by being like by sobering up in 1 second. Like Adam Brody's kind of crawling all over her, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then she goes, "No, really, what are you doing?" And he's like frozen. So I don't know if like she murders him after that, but it seems very
Is it To Catch a
Demon-ish.
Predator, the movie?
Yeah, basically, it sounds like, wow.
Oh, by the way, I haven't seen a trailer for it, but
By the way, Chris Hansen came to my house last
Yeah.
night.
Why don't you have a seat? Did y'all remember that Twitter thread, the Zola story about the two strippers that went to Florida? And it was just, read that, and then they're making a movie on it. And,
wow.
Yeah. I haven't seen
I'm
it.
new
The
to
news is
Twitter.
much less. But
Well, I'll check that trailer out because
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, all right. So Hotel Nerd, who put in the Schmoebot before. Thank you so much, Jake Engel. Kristian, I love you and listening to you. Kate, where are you from in Chicago? I'm from 45 minutes west of Chicago. Brett, you're probably the funniest person on the internet.
Well, thank you.
Winston, you're the man. Ben, I lost my wallet the other day. Please give it back.
no.
I'm actually from the suburbs. I'm from a western suburb called Downers Grove, Illinois.
Privileged asshole.
Downers Grove.
Yeah,
Isn't that where our town took place?
No, that's Grover's Corners, but I love that.
Well, I played.
It's the little one-liners. Because this crew has this beautiful way of just like talking about something serious. Oh, your life is so real. It's like, you privileged motherfucker. Just like just slide.
I know, but also did you hear I did not contest? I leaned in on that one.
Yes,
you're
I
like,
was.
You're like privileged asshole. I'm like, yes.
Now, this is another reason for why people are asking as far as what I learned. So we got Soggy Mini Muffins. We got all these people. Jeremiah Morris. This is one of my favorite. B. Arthur can get it.
Yeah.
What do you?
I saw a new one come in that you're going to really like.
What do you think of this prequel idea? Martin Scorsese directed Golden Girls prequel exploring Sophia's mob ties in Sicily before her Florida days. It's such an interesting shtick.
Yeah,
it really is. Like everything that he has, everything he has. It's always about like Golden Girls.
Yeah, they asked who our favorite Golden Girl was last night.
It's
but
amazing.
they came in yesterday and
really
said stuff too.
We need that's. I guess that's we need to start using preferred pronouns of they and them.
Yes.
Because I think we're making a lot of assumptions.
It's the screen name, but then they're also always asking about Golden Girls.
I know, I love it.
It's amazing. Joe the Giant, by the way, Joe the Giant. He says, "Sorry, it has been talked. It has been talked about all day. I'm still at work. I was just wondering, Ben, are you still playing Fallen Order? If so, you should give it up and play a game a little bit more your skill set. Grand Theft Auto.
50 cents.
Oh yeah, I am playing. I'm probably gonna stream tonight.
Thief. I've been playing it a lot too. I'm finally getting to the point where I'm heading towards Kashyyyk, I think. So I'm loving it. I'm like,
no one asked about you. What?
I'm trying to steal it. I'm trying to steal at least an hour to two a night to play it. So.
I just really wish I had more money because I could only get one, and I got Borderlands 3, and
you should grow up in Downers Grove, baby.
Yeah,
that's right. Or do what Ben does.
All right,
steal
you
it.
white asshole.
Downers Grove isn't really that nice.
Yeah, I just left.
Put the
Dathomir.
camera on yourself. Yeah?
I just left.
Oh, you went
Dathomir.
back. See, I did that first, and then realized you can't do that really because you need other abilities and shit. So then I took off. Which is what they shouldn't let you go to the planet if you can't, because I'm trying to like do. You got to have like some kind
So
of jump.
choose where you go.
There's 2 planets that you can go to. He did it again. B. Arthur can get it. It's back again. And you know why B. Arthur does all these great things? He puts in $1 every time.
Yeah.
And he's got 75-page novels.
Oh, I love it.
But anyway, so I am playing it a lot. I like it, and I'll probably play some more tonight. Joe the Giant, we did that one. PC, happy belated birthday to Winston. That's right, Winston.
you.
Happy birthday
PC,
yesterday.
so sweet.
Great meeting you at the Spectacular. How did you celebrate your birthday?
Well, I took Jay Washington to the DMV.
Oh, that sounds good.
That was the
That's
start
fun.
of it. There was a miscommunication there where I took him there a couple of months ago to do the written part, and then the actual driving is later. So I took it, or I was in the car waiting, and he goes, December 10th. I was like, oh, he remembered my birthday. Yeah, man, December 10th. And he goes, cool. Then he comes back and goes, cool. My appointment is set for December 10th at like 9 a.m. I was like, bitch, what? And so that's when I started it. Ultimately,
Oh, you are such a good friend.
You're a nicer friend than I am.
Wait, is he getting his license for the first time?
Just again, I guess they're
okay,
really
okay,
strict
okay.
in LA where you have to
Do
they don't
Well,
give
we
a
all have
shit
to get
where
those
you're
real
from.
IDs now too.
Yeah.
we have
Right.
to get on that.
That off.
So then after that, I mean, we kept it class. I took a nap because I'm old, and then I just went out with my girlfriend. We dressed up nice and just went to a fancy bar and just had a cocktail and pretended not to know each other and flirted for a bit, and then went home.
With
Was
other
that actually the
people?
plan?
With other people? Or with each other?
No, just with each other.
Okay.
I'm saying we role played like we didn't know each other and like flirted.
Oh.
For the
You got to be a
first
little
time.
more.
Whoa.
Because I know people. I know people. It's like,
yeah.
look, here's your birthday present. Go fuck her, and we'll talk about it later.
Truly, I was like, this is.
Right? It's like you had a hell of a birthday.
Michelle Williams.
What was your pickup line for your girlfriend that night?
I was like, damn, can I just tell you, you were the finest white girl in this bar.
You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Get in the car. We gotta go home.
No, I literally said, I was like, excuse me, miss, you look like somebody I met at like a Harvard event at some point. You're not like because she's a Harvard grad, so I was like playing on that because she loves to be like, I went to Harvard.
Right.
So
That's cool.
whatever.
This one's going to be an
I
interesting.
just want
one.
to say.
No, don't say anything. Yet, no, don't say anything because we're going to be here forever. I want you to do this because this is something you can be the first one to answer this. Tony says, "I love my brother, but he's a dick. Right now, he's cheating on his girlfriend of 3 years, who has been my friend for about 5 or 6 years.
Ooh.
Do I tell her and be a bad brother, or not and be a dick? I'm confused. That's a shit place to be in.
That's a shit place to be in.
Here's where it is, and I think this sucks, but this is what you have to do, especially because it's your brother. And I know it sounds weird that you don't do the
Because
whole
it's
brother
his friend.
thing. Call out your brother, like straight up to his face.
To his face.
To his face.
Yeah, you go to him and say,
Right.
Fuck you. Okay.
Don't you put me in this position?
You are
Yeah.
putting me in a horrible
Yeah.
position. That is one of my best friends.
If you don't
Fuck
tell
you.
her,
Get your
yeah.
shit together
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's a cut it out, I think, situation of just like. But the thing is though, and I don't know your brother, but the way it seems is that if he's been doing it, he's been cheating on her for a while, and he keeps doing it, then he's just gonna hide it from you.
Yeah.
Well, but see, that's.
I think what you say to your brother is like, listen, this is I'm not in this, but like I love you and you're messing up here.
Big time.
I want you this can't feel good for you.
No.
You could be living a better life too. You need to tell
Yeah.
her in the next week or else I will.
And what's the cheating? Is it like an affair? Because if it's an affair, it's just like you tell your brother, look, dude, just cut the cord, brother. Just cut the
Or
cord
is he
here.
just
and
banging a bunch of other girls? in
Yeah,
which
but
case,
what
Cut
are
the
you
cord
doing?
no matter what.
No matter
Yeah.
what. Well, unless it's just like what's the fucking problem? It's like clean your shit up because this is my friend. I mean, I don't know the whole scenario. It's like but yeah, you
well,
should
no,
probably
but if
say
you're
something.
cheating on somebody repeatedly,
Yeah.
Well,
for
I don't know if
over
it's
years,
repeatedly. He just says he's cheating
for a couple of years.
he says It says that he's cheating on his girlfriend of 3 years.
Oh,
who's
oh,
my
3
friend.
years, okay.
So the question is it an
gotcha.
affair?
Well,
Like, what is it?
Cheating
Either way,
versus cheated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know.
Like one, they're both bad, but like
Both
one is
bad. But was he hammered for either one's bad? But was he hammered for the night? Went up fucking somebody and then said, oops, and it's like, or is he having an affair? Either way, you got to get your shit together.
I'm gonna need to see the full dossier
Yeah, me
on this
too.
whole thing before I make a decision.
Hotel Nerd put it in a Schmoebot, so did Jeremiah Morris, by the way. And so,
I feel like we had to go back to read a couple of those.
we will.
Schmoebots.
I'm looking at the
Okay,
ones.
okay.
JJ the Jet Plane. I've been taking the sons of a friend to see all the new Star Wars films, and this year we'll be joined by my brothers and my cousins. Who are you all planning on seeing Rise of Skywalker with? Thanks for the laughs. Cheers. P.S. 2 weeks till Christmas. Well, I'm going to be going to a screening probably on Tuesday morning. So,
oh God.
so I'm either I most likely myself, but but I'm definitely going to be.
You have a +1.
You'll be here. I'll be taking my daughter and my wife to see it for sure because this is the only. She doesn't care about the prequels. My wife, she doesn't care about the original trilogy, but she likes the new trilogy.
Oh wow!
So I'm going to take her to see it, and my daughter for sure. She's a hardcore.
Do you
Star Wars.
need me to
Sending
stay
you
with the
so
baby?
much money today to replace the PC that Kristian spilled.
That's true.
Future note: keep electronics from Kristian.
Also true.
Serious note: I wish Snep was around for SEN. He would have been perfect for this setting.
Sure would.
Totally.
Also, is it possible to get Kevin Smith?
I mean,
I'll give him a call.
I thought you were going to say Smets. I'm like, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
But Kevin Smith, I mean, we've had many conversations about how he wants to do Schmoedown, and it's something I'm working on next season. I want to put together that Jericho.
Can I draft him?
Smith. The answer to that question is yes, but it's not guaranteed that he's going to play.
Yeah.
So he's on the roster.
That's going to be my 12th round pick.
He's on the roster.
Yeah.
And if you get him, then he's that's it. But there's no guarantee that he's going to play.
And then I want him to only spin Kevin Smith on the wheel.
But what if he got him wrong?
I always think that about the Star Wars division.
yeah.
I'm like, there's no way George Lucas would get these right.
No, so, I want to have when Josh Robert Thompson comes in, I want to ask him Star Wars questions as he is George Lucas. I don't really care about those questions.
That's actually not terrible.
That's not terrible.
You've
Yeah.
been listening to him a lot.
Well, I actually been trying to figure it out for quite a while. So.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Shut up, you fucking idiot.
Don't spill any more. Oh, wow. That went south.
Did you do that? No, Dagnino. They had Dagnino do an impression of
it was
Arnold.
amazing.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, they're making him do impressions, and it was
In my head, I can do it. In my head, I can
Go
do
for it.
impressions, and then when it comes out, it's just totally wrong. Totally.
See, the problem was I practiced Arnold after that. You and Josh went back and forth for like a day. But you got to do it more than a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's my issue. So
And you need a lead in. Like you kind of have some lead ins for these where you give yourself a beat or something where you could start it off.
The trick to do it, the ones that I do that I can't do all the way, like for Jason Statham, by the way, I can never all the way fully get down because it always be like, hey, Winston, you want to go in there? You know what I mean? And it's like, but that's all you get. I can't talk like him. It's like with Arnold, I click into it, and you start asking me questions about it, and I could do it. You have to be like locked in, like these guys. Like you can talk to Josh Robert Thompson for 2 hours as George Lucas because he's it's about being in the mindset, not trying to do the voice.
No, I completely agree. It's this. I mean, it's the same thing with Obama. Like it was a lead-in before. Like I said before, I just kept being like, let me be clear, and that started it. But then there's a switch that flips once you really have it, and you just
it's like
Your
Gary
voice,
Busey.
though, really is in line
It's
with
in
his
tune.
too,
Well, that's
yeah.
a lot of those. A lot of the
Yeah.
same ones, like the Pacino and all. They all rank in the same thing. Like Gary Busey is just you just start with this is Gary Busey. It's like,
this is Gary Busey.
Oh, this is Gary Busey. I put on a Chewbacca mask various times and crossed wires around my neck to make sure that I can communicate with the aliens.
I mean, the other day I found myself taking trash and putting it inside of a spaghetti bowl because I figured if I ate a couple of pounds of that I would find a way to reduce our waste cycle.
You're getting there.
We're watching
A little more
Entourage.
like
That's all.
Swing Blade, but
That's right. I've been telling us that I would do that. Okay. So anybody else? What are you planning to see on Star Wars with quick?
What was the question?
Cool.
Who are you seeing Star Wars with? Myself, because my girlfriend is like,
Oh, my roommate.
My son.
maybe my son.
Hey
roommate.
everyone,
Cool.
great show today.
Thank you.
I'd like to pitch an idea for the SK podcast feed.
Pass.
I have more than 40 hours of previous content for you to sample if you'd like. Is this something that you think I could pursue? If not, no worries, much love either way.
Nice way to put that in there. Right now, Ryan Snelling is running the SK podcast. For those who know about the SEN. SEN is, we just have these shows right now, and we're adding other things. But Ryan Snelling is running the SK podcast and has a bunch of different programs that he runs over there. He does all the programming and puts on the shows that he wants to put on. So I would, you can inquire with him, Ryan Snelling. What up, Snell? But that's, you guys should check that feed out, by the way. Him and PJ Campbell do a great job.
What about all the other shows you promised people that would be up immediately?
Right, exactly.
Big
Which
Mouth
never
Jerry
happened.
Springer have a court shows, so next week episode, the mom and pop store. That Ben stealing from say they go and get their money, you have been server lol just busted.
Never gonna.
With tears of joy.
You, by the way, you're starting to get as much as Ellis and Bateman doing with the Schmoebot. JJ the Jet Plane, we did. Thank you so much. eFunk07. Good glasses, you nerd. Just kidding. Welcome to the club of actually being able to
Why
see.
are you reading it like the Schmoebot?
No. Good glasses. Look, you nerd. Just kidding.
Good glasses, you.
Welcome to the
nerd.
club of actually being able to see. Coffee and cookies to the left. Okay. I don't know if there are coffees and cookies to the left.
I wish.
Sarlacc Pit, Kate. Winston, I love you on SEN, but your faction name is whack. Hoped for something cooler from you. Well, we can't tell him what it is yet. But did you tell him what the actual thing?
I did.
Yeah.
I hope it makes it through the promo. I mean, I'll get more in depth with it once
I
the
liked
embargo's up.
I liked
But
it. I like your logo.
Thank you.
I
The
liked
logo,
yours
I
a
thought
lot.
the logo's fire. And like the truth is, I have so much planned for the actual faction and what we're gonna do and how we're gonna act. Like the funny thing was, how many white people were like, ugh, why are you going around saying, like, there's a catchphrase that happens that like to call out or whatever. And some people are like, that's nasty. I was like, y'all clearly ain't got no hip hop in you at all. You don't understand what's going on.
Give me names. Who said that?
Well, no.
What white people said this to you?
Random white people.
There were none at that
They're
event.
all too scared. First of all, there were none at that event, and they're all too scared to say anything. Here's the white people that were lying to you. Really cool. I like it. No white person came up to you and said, "That's disgusting." Really?
No, it happened. Wow. I'm serious because I can't not the name of the team. I had a call out that I did during the show.
Action Jackson faction.
Yes.
And somebody was like, "That's gross," and I was like,
Okay,
"You
so
have
somebody,
no idea what
so
that."
not white people, a person.
3.
Oh,
That
damn.
3 is enough. 3 is enough.
That's a white person
Once it's in-
trifecta.
This lie is getting bigger, Winston.
I'm not him.
This lie is getting bigger.
I'm not him.
I'm not him.
Once, talk me through it. Where did the
One
first
is an
instance
instance.
out?
Twice is a coincidence.
Yeah.
3 times is a
Talk
pattern.
talk to me about where these 3 instances happened.
One was upstairs in the balcony. One was down when I was getting a new drink, and the third one was
think of
in.
it quick.
And
Think
the
of it
third one
quick.
was in the green room. Calm down. First of all, I like a pro. Second of all,
question was $1.
This genuinely happened.
All right, now give me names. Describe how white were they?
I'm just saying, for somebody who just said that I was a privileged white lady, then he's dating a girl from Harvard?
Right. Christian glasses. Christian, do you think Han Solo will shut the fuck up? Christian, do you think Han Solo will play a part in the redemption of Kylo Ren? No. Like Luke could project his spirit to him or something like that. I do not.
Do I think that Kylo Ren will do what?
Kylo Ren will be
You're dating Kate.
redeemed by
Jesus Christ. What?
Why do you think when we first met, I was like, yeah, this works.
This works.
That's why you're only on once a week, and usually when she's not on. It's true.
Why are they in the bathroom?
I wish that was me. She's beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
She's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Oh, okay, good. No, I do not
So
think
that's where all the white women at.
Yeah.
Right there.
I
They're
don't.
Winstons.
I don't think that Han is going to redeem him. I don't.
No,
think that's
no. Han never learned to use the Force and come back and be like, hey, son, you remember when you stabbed my ass? Like, don't do that again.
No, he was saying Luke, maybe Luke bringing him back. But I think that would be silly. Jay Golden Eyes, Christian, the spectacular was everything I hoped it would be. To keep the lodging cost down for competitors in Atlanta, my house is 20 minutes from the airport. I promise I'm not a psycho. Also, schlong. That's very nice.
Oh,
But
that's so
there's also legal things that come with that. So
Yeah.
I can't do that, but thank you so much. Exiled Garlic, I actually recently got glasses as well. Was shocked to learn that Ben is like 30. You look great, dude. So
Hey.
Wait, you're 30?
He's 32.
32.
32 on Saturday.
You old prick! Oh, you're
he
also a SAG. That's why I fucks with you. Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
you're
it's-
the same age, right? You
Yeah,
just said
I
you're
just turned
30.
32. Yeah.
But he was saying that's old. You guys are babies.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's
But you know, when you turned 32, you thought you were old
No,
too.
32.
Now
I
you're
was
really
like,
fucking
I'm
old.
living my life.
It's more, and I think dodgeball has a lot to do with this. I don't recover nearly as fast as I used to. So like an injury of like a finger hurting.
Yes,
turns into
that definitely
permanent.
changes.
I
Yeah,
threw
yeah,
my
yeah.
back out getting a case of Coke out of my trunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hurt myself parallel parking.
I have Wii injuries.
Yo, I was waiting way too long at a parking lot, just trying to turn back so I could see if there was a car behind me. When I finally turned back, I was like, oh.
I'm not lying. I'm good at parallel parking. I went like this. I was like, oh, this feels terrible.
I feel like it's that character you do when it's like the fan's voice. I could just see you go like,
Yeah, like,
Oh my God! I turned, and the next thing you know, I'm walking like this. What the fuck is going on?
Jay Golden Eyes, thank you so much. And then Exiled Garlic, we did that. Jeremiah Morris, when I was younger, and they played the anthem before the baseball game, we always had to stand, even when we were watching on TV. Did anyone else did that? Of course, a lot of people were standing in the audience for sure.
Oh, I
Exiled Garlic. Disney has been getting some slack for their live-action versions of classic animated movies, even though they do financially well. Would you be down to see original sequels to these live-action movies?
No.
I mean, to slack for live-action versions of classic, even though they do financially well. Would original sequels to these live-action movies? It depends. I think they're already doing that for Aladdin, maybe.
Do you think they're going to do another one?
I think they were talking about potentially doing
But they're not going to do Aladdin 2 just live action.
No, they're talking about Aladdin 2 live
Right, but
action.
what they're saying is original. Like, so if a sequel existed in the cartoon world, they're talking about an original.
Yeah. I don't think they would do Return of Jafar. They would probably just make something up. But here's the dangerous part about that. I don't know if people were fucking with these movies because they were like, wow, amazing. Right. This was all nostalgia.
Look at Maleficent. Maleficent tanked.
Completely. Right. But the first one was original though. If you remember, because it was like
kind of original.
It was Snow White, sure, or Sleeping Beauty.
It was Sleeping Beauty, but it was
from her point of view.
Yes.
And
it
was like the Wicked of take a new turn.
That's right. Dungeon. That's probably how it was pitched, by the way. Dungeon for Life also put in a Schmoebot. Hotel Nerd. Who challenged Brett to trivia before in a Schmoebot. Sarlacc pick. Kristian, will you please make a guest appearance on Rule of Two or Jedi Council to talk Rise of Skywalker? I loved you, Ken Riley, talking Star Wars, and I hope to see you doing that again sometimes. The problem is the time that they shoot it. I'm usually either here or, to be honest, Burbank's freaking far from me, man.
Right,
I don't like driving there. I did it, but I did it for like 6 years, and it's just like it's tough. And the difference is, even if I was doing it for like one time and I was driving there and back, like I could probably do it for sure. It's only for 2 or 3 hours, so it's a little easier to do. But when I was there all day, it was brutal. So I don't know, maybe having these guys on or do like a Skype call or something too. But yeah, I'm doing one Star Wars show plus my Mandalorian stuff. What else? We got Hotel Nerd. Patriots can't win this week. Literally. 2 controversies in 48 hours. Lost to a team that almost had to forfeit. I'm a Patriots fan, but no way in hell are we getting... Yeah, this is the one we didn't get to. Yeah. No way in hell are we getting past round 1 of the playoffs. I want Ravens versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. I would like to see that too, because anytime the Patriots lose, I'm happy.
Ravens Saints. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
I think Ravens would blow them out of the water.
I don't think so. I think it would be close, but I do think the Ravens would win. Like, that's the thing. I think that you got, because now you're talking experience versus just like who's hot right now, and like Drew Brees can control himself in that situation. I think Lamar would obviously do well, but like look at what happened with Goff and Gurley last year. This was the first time in, and they shit the bed. So
well, Gurley got injured last year. That's why he shit the bed.
I know.
But
and Goff is certainly not Lamar Jackson. I'm aware of that too. But
yeah, I think unless barring some injury to Lamar, I think the Ravens are a lock for the Super Bowl this year.
Make it, sure. I don't know about winning it. I think that they have the best chance. They have the best odds in my opinion.
They definitely have the best odds, and just I like the Niners. They're obviously good, but their defense has so many holes. What was it, like 48-45 this last weekend?
48-46, yeah.
Yeah, against the Saints. So they're exposed. I just don't see anybody from the NFC. Maybe the Seahawks.
The Giants! No. Make that run right now.
Yeah. Unless they just tell the Giants.
Eli's coming back.
None of those losses count.
Yeah. Dude, if I put all my money is on the Cincinnati Denvers against the Ohio Oilers.
If you can repeat that team.
I know, exactly.
Cincinnati Denvers.
That was amazing.
The Cincinnati Denvers.
That was an old bet Kristian and I wrote back in the day. Remember that one?
Yes, I do. Of course, I knew exactly. I didn't want to call you out on it, though. Kristian's glasses. Kristian, you look dapper and intelligent wearing me. Well, thank you so much. ZCM.
Somebody named themselves Kristian's glasses.
I like that.
Thanked him for wearing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
ZCM
good.
Zombie
That's
Custom
good,
Maps. Is JRT coming on the show this week? I got to text him. They're talking about Josh Robert Thompson. I got to text him. I got to see. This is another Schmoebot that we didn't get to. Rise of Skywalker thoughts. Emperor could not return until Luke was gone. He had been working through proxy until Luke goes away. Luke senses this, fakes his death, and lures Emperor out in return and defeats him forever. Thoughts? May the strong be with you. I wouldn't hate that. I actually would enjoy that. But the problem is that the second you bring Luke back from the dead, then you're really just saying nothing Rian Johnson did was respected because you start and then all the fans would be and a lot of fans would like that, but there are people who like The Last Jedi be like, God, come on. And there's Ryan Johnson be like, okay, like that clearly was just my movie was a fan movie.
But I also think to that point, I think whether you liked it or not, I think you have to respect what happened in the sense that I don't know. I don't think you bow down to fans being like, man, fuck this shit like that. You make corrections going forward, but you can't do that. That's
Agree.
No, it's hard. It's
Totally
it's hard to do it. Soggy Mini Muffins put in a Schmoebot. Amy Schumer's vagina is in the account.
Okay.
Kristian, how do you feel about putting in some sort of swear jar for the next Schmoedown season? Honestly, I don't mind the F-bombs and Jake calling someone what he called someone. But like you said, there are kids there, and kids watching, and doing that seems disrespectful. There's definitely going to be more conversations had, and it's on Mark and I also to be a lot more clear, even though I thought we were. We'll be very clear for live events in the show in general. This show, there's clearly not that rule. But the Schmoedown, there are a lot of children that come to the events, and it needs to.
I think the
stop.
point with the swear jar being that you make an example of them in front of the kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, so it's like a teachable moment.
If you swear, you get a point taken away during the match or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
That would
Or you
stop people
lose
from
your JT, your players, or
Right,
or
you lose the JTE rule. Yeah.
That could be interesting if the way you do it is if they do it, you take the JTE right then and there. If they're out of JTEs, so similar to like,
or if it's not, or if it's someone who's cutting a promo like after the match or before, you say, okay, well, your next match now you're only going to start with 2.
Yeah. Well,
that's how you get fined.
No,
I actually like that.
No, I get it. That's not terrible. I was going to say, like, let's say for example, for some reason someone's used all their JTEs by the time it's the 3rd round, and so then they drop an F-bomb. Then it's like, then maybe it is a situation where you lose a point. But like in the same way that if you look at football, if you like call a timeout or whatever, or in basketball, if you call a timeout and you don't have any, you get a technical foul immediately.
Oh, wow.
Or in football, if you are in a situation where you call a timeout and you don't have one, they run off the clock like 30 fucking seconds for that. So like, they put a pretty.
My favorite is a conversation about this. That right now you're allowed to do whatever the fuck you want. So, all right, let's.
I mean,
move
you're
on.
fucking.
That's right. Yeah. But I want to get to. We haven't got to any super chats. So Streamlabs, this is still Streamlabs. How can we get the bot to say Schmoedown? We did that. That was call to action. Soggy Mini Muffins put in another one. Call to action. Kristian, the call to action, Alex, you were thinking of is Alex Slashik McFarland. She's married to Lucas. Well,
Okay, that's who it is. It's Lucas. Yeah.
Lucas is the one. Okay.
No, I was thinking of Jake and his gorgeous. They're both gorgeous.
Well, tell
both
Alex to watch SEN Live because I'm pretty sure she would like it. Aaron Klister. Haha, no, I understand you guys don't use copyright music. I'm just saying every time I hear that song, Winston just comes to mind. He has that please come at me, bro. I promise you I will win attitude. By the way, great flannel bread.
Oh, thank you.
Hotel.
It's one of my 3.
That's right. That's right. Hotel Nerd asked the Schmoebot question. Jake Engel said, was brought in a Schmoebot. Big Daddy Cole. Hey, all. I'm new to the Schmoedown community, and I love the daily content. Thanks for making my afternoons in New York better. Come to the show. On January, make sure that you come to that show. January, Mark Konopik playing the Inner Geekdom champion, and I just put together the undercard, which I can't wait to say exactly what that is. Thanks for making my afternoon in New York better. I wanted to put my 2 cents in for Best Actor. Adam Driver should win. Marriage Story impacted me on a personal level, and he was flawless. I think a lot of people feel that way too.
Yeah,
I heard that movie was rough.
It's good. It's really.
But that's what
I know what you mean.
Rough,
it's real. It's real, and there's some humor in it too that I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I watched Blue Valentine.
Oh, the Michelle Williams.
That's the roughest breakup movie ever. Like that's a never watch again type movie.
No, you can't. You can't. It's really tough. Toby Thrawn. Since I only got Campy's take on this yesterday, I was disappointed with Force Awakens in the cinema, but I loved it more every time I saw it. And while I loved Last Jedi at first, I got more torn apart about it with time. Gives me hope for ROS. Your opinion? I feel the same way. When I really liked Force Awakens when I saw it in the theater, and then the more I watched it, the more I dug it, and it still jumps between that and Jedi for me, so it's very high up there. Last Jedi was the exact opposite. The first time I saw it, I was confused by it. Second time I saw it, I kind of convinced myself that I liked it, and then the more and more I watched it, the more and more I realized I liked it less and less. I just watched it with my daughter again recently. I just don't like that film. But maybe if that's how you felt about those movies, then you might really enjoy Revenge of the Sith. Or Rise of Skywalker. But there are other people who really enjoy Last Jedi, so they might not feel that way. Where do you stand on it? I forget.
And here's the funny thing. I was an adamant defender of it. I realized I've only seen it once. And so I think that's the thing is I need to rewatch it just to see. A lot of the main complaints that I heard from people was they don't like how the Force was just used all willy-nilly, and they didn't like that Luke became more of like a human. Like, I think the legend of Luke, for me, gets conflated with the fact that he's still a human. Like, Obi-Wan was out here fucking up and stuff like that. So that's why I liked that story personally, but I know a lot of people had issues with it, but whatever.
All right. And then B. Arthur can get it again. SEN cast as the Golden Globes.
Perfect.
Golden Globes. Golden Girls, obviously. Kristian's Dorothy as the leader and comedy lead. Kate is Sophia, the sass queen.
Yes.
Rose, the young doe and dreamer. Winston as the weekly special guest. And Brett is Blanche because of his blistering sexuality.
Of course, naturally.
And you like Ruth McClanahan.
Yeah, that's my
B.
room.
Arthur can get it follows up by saying, by the way, I'm a dude. Jake Engel. Kate, I am from DeKalb.
DeKalb.
There you go.
Yes.
I never thought I'd be listening to someone online that grew up that close to me. Well, there you go, Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Yep. Let's see.
DeKalb. There was a guy, Paul.
Yeah. A hotel nerd, by the way, who put in that Schmoebot, by the way. He had mentioned Schnepp on this show. I think Schnepp would have been incredible on the show, and I miss the big man every day. Fallen Order expert. Kristian, you should go right away to Dathomir. Even though you can't get across to further that storyline right away, you can get a nice lightsaber upgrade. I did that already. It's below the point where you get the double jump. And I know I did that. I did all that. That's why once I realized I couldn't do anymore, I left that for
He did that.
Yeah. Jim Mason.
Leave him alone about that. You said that the last show.
Wrong.
That's
He
right.
jumped to the thing and went in.
That's right. Jim Mason put in the Schmoebot.
Oh, hey, Jim.
Yeah. Hotel Nerd, what would the hilarity rating be if Josh McCougar was on Ghost Adventure? I would pay-per-view that in a heartbeat. He wouldn't be able to handle it. He just wouldn't be able to handle it. Pac-Man Dwayne, who said he did the thing about the Schmoebot with the, what the hell was it? Jerry Springer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nick Piccolo, favorite Bond song. I like that Adele song, man. I really
Yes.
like that one. Yeah.
Skyfall.
Yeah, I like that.
GoldenEye, Tina Turner, or Live and Let Die.
Okay.
Yeah.
McCartney.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A View to a Kill. I legit thought that was just a regular 80s song before I saw the movie as a kid.
Yeah, that's a good one, too.
Well, John Williams is in the chat, everybody. So John
John
Williams says,
John.
Kristian, have you listened to the Rise of Skywalker score yet? Disney have for some reason put it online. It sounds really good. No, I refuse to listen to it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it until.
By the way, John Williams is just your mom.
That's probably that's her. That's true.
Called her out. Thanks, Kate.
I know. But that's it. So I'm gonna check that out once the movie actually comes out. But let's get into the super chat portion. We haven't done that yet. So Gary Fisher, who's the dog of Carrie Fisher, 437 and counting. The number of times Kate has checked herself out in the monitor. Love you guys. Keep it up. Is that true?
It's so distracting. Yeah.
We both do it. I'm gonna be with you because it's just this like you're looking to go if you're on or that, but then you realize that you look stupid looking at it, and then
this one's worse right here. So like I'm over here looking at the computer that Ben is working on, like through.
So what you're saying is you're a bunch of self-centered fuckers. Is what it is.
Listen, I cannot deny that I definitely. I mean, hopefully, I wasn't like actually like.
It would be nice. I mean, keep sending those Schmoebots, but if we had them in front of us, then we could watch ours because we do like to look at ourselves constantly.
Well, look, the Schmoebot.
Also, you guys don't understand that things pop up. So the Streamlabs pop up. So we'll be like reading.
No, they understand.
Streamlabs.
And we have about 9 minutes before we sign off here.
Okay.
But the Schmoebot.
Did you say that Ben was the engineer today?
Yes. Schmoebot, by the way, is on for another 9 minutes. So if you want to interrupt, you got 9 minutes to do it. Let's go. Preventing Brando. Do you think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can return in the MCU? I don't think so. I think I put it to bed. Yeah. Aaron H. Return of Alicia Malone, please. Ben knows her. How do you know Alicia?
That's such an old call out because I was on the fan cam for the movie fights with Kevin Smith, and Alicia was sitting next to me. She's the nicest person ever.
She's great. Yeah. Alicia's great. I would
no
love
offense,
to get
Kate.
I know, it's true. Jake Acavetta just salutes. Trouser Snake Jake just puts in a nice donation.
Oh, thank you.
David Det Muscle Holloway.
Real quick, I met Jake at the Fan Expo. He's amazing.
Jake Acavetta is awesome.
Super nice guy.
Yeah. So 8th, 9th.
Are you okay over there?
It's from Collider Live. Get your shit together.
Yeah, the Schmoebot would have been funnier with that
That's
one.
right. Yeah, but still good. Count Druku. Hey, Sweet Potatoes Mulligan, where the F are the Succession Cast noms at SAG? What about our number one boy? Other than that, they're better than the Golden Globes nominations.
Yeah, I saw Succession is up for Rory Culkin is up for a Golden Globe, which I was very happy about for Best Supporting in a Drama. But I agree, that show is incredible. They're not even up for ensemble.
Doesn't seem like
I don't
it.
think so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's another show that I really love, but it's just I didn't get a chance to do it. So.
To see season 2. I got to tell you what I'm very happy about is Phoebe Waller-Price and Fleabag getting the nominations. They did both Golden Globes. And yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
All the things we talked about today, I saw that.
Do you not want to?
Yeah, I love feedback, but did I tell you the story?
Oh, yeah, you watched season 2.
No, watched it in reverse. My wife started playing it. We watched all of season 2, and we're like, oh, shit. Went back, watched season 1. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Good job.
Still a good show.
Still a great show.
Count Dooku. He just did exactly what we just talked about. Jesse Prosnecker. Hey, Kristian. Been following you for a long time now. Do you know if there's any way to get the old Far, Far Away interview with Sam Witwer? I would say Google it. I'm not sure. It was Geek Nation stuff. I haven't really listened to it in a long time, but that's probably the best way to do it. I'm not sure. GM7 Games, do you feel like if Rise of Skywalker... you feel like if Rise of Skywalker becomes more divisive than Last Jedi, this cast will get the same amount of hate, just like the prequels cast. Jake Lloyd, for example, unfortunately. No, because I don't think anyone in these movies of all has blamed any of the acting or the writing as far as dialogue goes for this movie. That's what a lot of that stuff happened to. And Jake Lloyd was just put in an impossible situation. The whole thing was silly. People, George Lucas's close friends had pleaded with him to not make Anakin a young child. He was originally a teenager, then he went back to making him a young kid. It was a bad move in general, and Jake Lloyd just wasn't a phenomenal. He was brand new. He was a young kid, so I don't think that will be anybody will put any focus on bad acting. 'Cause I don't think there has been. Yeah.
No, the acting's been phenomenal. It's just people have different feelings about the actual content.
That's right.
Did y'all color coordinate today?
I know. Seriously.
How CUUUUTE? Winston, drip drip. Kate, you're hilarious. Kristian, sup. Brett met you in Houston. Stand-up was great. Are you still planning on doing more stand-up? Schlong.
Nice. You doing more stand-up? You're going to do more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm bummed I can't go to the New York one. God, my words today.
Yes, New York.
I want to go to the New York one.
I want to go see the Cincinnati Denver.
Don't go to the New York one.
I think we're all going to. Next year, the goal is
do that
to,
again?
yeah, please. The goal is to take this show in general on the road.
Yeah.
And also maybe do some comedy. Like if we do an SEN live show, and then let's say the 4 of us went. Right, then maybe on the next night or the night of, we could all pop on to Mark's show and double up. So anything's possible. So get those tickets for either Atlanta or New York, and you never know. Jessica Morgan, hey Harloff, does Vivian play video games? My 8-year-old bought herself an Xbox. She an actress? And
Save them ducats.
I know,
man.
and need game ideas for how the hell? Yeah, and need ideas for extra. Do me a favor. Have your daughter. Or have your 8-year-old, have your 8-year-old call my daughter and tell her to get a job.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's working for you. She does play video games. She enjoys them very much. She had a Nintendo Switch, left it at the Rod Stewart concert, so that was nice. Yep.
Jesus, Kristian does not look happy.
Nope. Not happy about that one. Gerald Bonney. BC is Brett in Hulk Smash Gamma form. Secret idea. It's true. Mark C. Watched the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer and I decided to watch the 2016 Trainwreck. When all of a sudden I had a question. Why is Mark Ellis playing the evil bad guy in Ghostbusters 2016? I have to watch it again.
Was it Katie Lang?
I know. That movie to me, it just was approached wrong. It was. I've said that many times. I think that it just could have been approached better. I mean,
you had powerhouse comedic
I know
women.
that's the thing.
I mean, that
it's
was
just because you put geniuses in a film doesn't mean the film's going to be genius.
That was my thing. It had nothing to do with that there was 4 women. I think that's a stupid thing for people to say. Oh, why you put all women? That's ridiculous.
No.
But don't tease me on the fact that it's a lore. They should have made it part of the lore.
Yeah.
The fact that all these original cast members were in it, but it wasn't connected. That's why didn't people are excited about Afterlife? It's because it's connected to the franchise. That's the whole point. Okay, and then Christian Alante said, Kristian, the reason you can go to Dathomir early in Fallen Order is because you can explore and find the double-bladed lightsaber. I got that. So I did that. Brett?
I told you that already. He went to Darth Marfar.
That's right,
to get the flirt.
I did it. And I got it, Mr. Toth. You guys are the best. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
What do you guys think about the all the plot leaks for the Rise of Skywalker?
I haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them either. They line up with
I'm
the.
not sure who Kate is thinking of when she mentions Jake's girlfriend. Jake is a bigamist HES married to weed and
No,
beer.
I know. I knew it wasn't Jake Acavetta.
Meeting Kate, Winston, and Ben this weekend.
Hi, Paul. No, I was thinking of Lucas.
Okay.
Lucas,
So-
I don't
so
know
is
why
Luke-
I
so-
got those
so
names
was
confused.
Lucas and, okay.
I was thinking of Lucas
All right.
and Alex.
Well, so Jeremiah Morris is
I
an
said it was
uber
his
fan of
wife.
Star Wars and loved The Last Jedi. If they did say it was all a trick, I'd be super disappointed unless they did it amazing. Yeah, I agree. They're not going to be able to do that, and it's just going to look too blatant. T. Swizzle did the Schmoebot. No church in the wild. Hey, crew, random question, but I'd like to know if any of you have ever been to the Netherlands and what you thought of it. Never been. You
I
have
have.
been? All right.
Yeah, I
Also, let's get a Schmoedown in Amsterdam. Are you kidding me? I would love to. Again, would not be able to ever find Jeanine or Kaiser again. I'll take you to a nice coffee shop, but I would like to go. You have been? Tell me about it.
I have been. I went for spring break. I was in an improv group at Northwestern called Meow, which is like
Of course.
Yeah. You see, you would date me.
Yeah. Shit.
I mean, I check all the boxes.
Yeah.
But we went and actually it was we went to Boom Chicago, which is Chicago improv people. This guy actually was one of my professor's kids, started this out there, and it's an incredible improv sketch thing. And actually, it was the first time I had met Jordan Peele because he was performing there at the time.
Right.
Yeah, and he did this character called Una, who it's like famous there. But she answered everything. He like would come out and she would be like, "Yes, because," and like everything anybody asked her, she was like doing this Dutch accent. Anything anybody would ask her, she would start with like, "Just ask me anything."
What color is this guy?
Yes, because, and everything started with yes because. It was the funniest thing, and it was just that city is the most charming, magical. We should
there you
absolutely
go.
get out there
I
and
like
try
it.
and rent out Boom Chicago.
Well, that's why we're aiming for a bunch of sponsors next year, because with sponsors we can do international travel, and that's the thing. And just to kind of put that on as we're about to wind up here too, I think I mentioned this yesterday, and I got another question about it as far as looking for investors. You know, investors are something that we definitely want to do, but it doesn't mean that this would stop with the Streamlabs and Superchat. It means that we'd have to find a way to pay investors back. So just be aware of that when people make wonderful suggestions about that, because like an investor wants to say, how do I make my money back? Well, this is what we do, and we're going to look to go more on the road and get sponsors. Now, sponsors can also not only pay back investors, but sponsors can also allow us to get over to Europe or wherever it might be. So we're on the look next season. What you guys can do to help is that you can go on over to whether you want to join a Patreon, patreon.com/Schmoedown, or if you are part of this show every day and doing the Streamlabs or whatever you want to do, go to the website, schmoedownlive.com. Browse around there. Jonathan and Frankie do a great job over there, and it just helps us just to visit. Do it today. If you can do it while you're watching right now, open up the tab and go to the schmoedownlive.com. Tickets for Atlanta are available. New York is available, and the draft will be available this week. That's January 11th at the Comedy Store in the main room. It'll start at 12:30, 2-drink minimum, 21 and over, just to let everybody know that. And click a like here today. That if you're watching right now live, before you sign off, go and do that. Also, we are on audio. If you want to go to anywhere you can find podcasts, check out this show. It helps us out tremendously. And there's the Clips channel. Yeah, what happened?
I caught Kate slipping over there.
Yeah, you went back. But the Clips channel. Go to
I'm glad I looked at myself in the monitor.
That's true. Go to SEN
Stop
Clips.
slouching, bitch.
Go to SEN Clips and subscribe here today.
Tweet at LaCroix. Tell them to sponsor us.
Yeah, you're going out of business.
You think so?
I think so.
Probably because of White Claw, honestly.
Well, not just that.
Tweet at White Claw. Tell them to sponsor us.
I know.
Hell yeah,
that's
White
probably
Claw,
better.
sponsor
That's
us.
probably a better thing. But listen, it was a great show today. It was a lot of fun here today. I'd like to hit the music here. Thank you to Ben. Great job engineering today, my man. I'm just going to make sure before you...
You say great job. My camera's out.
You did do a great job.
Yeah, well, you did. But I'm just going to check that everything is still over there later on. Winston Marshall, thank you, my man. Check him out. Winston will be back on Friday, right?
Trip.
He'll be back on Friday. Kate, she's gone this week, but Bonnie Somerville will be back tomorrow, so check us out. Rachel Cushing on the show tomorrow also, too, so it's going to be really good. Brett's back on Friday. We'll see you, sons of bitches. Check in later. You're not in on Friday. Just kidding.
You know, every time